right. Welcome to episode 50 of Asmiliath Adventures. This is the grand event that we have all gathered here for. Earlier was just the preamble. It was just the pre-game.
Skip episode
Yeah,
49,
yeah,
really.
yeah. 49 was just talking anyway, you know? Yeah.
Terrible character moments, honestly. I mean,
But a quick recap, very brief recap. The party arrived.
a little bit. I was like, damn, you look serious.
The party arrive at Vilstein, where they are detained and then not detained, and then put to task by Thor's half-brother, Captain O'Drill, after they do some showmanship to help convince the officers and the nobility of Vilstein and folk of the impending doom that faced them. They scurry away into the dwarven highways, which is where we find our heroes today. It is the morning of March 28th. You all have traveled down to West Point, where you would quickly realize that there is a much more somber tone in this city versus the last time you traveled through, where there was this almost constant industrial machine noise going on last time. You now can notably tell the difference, that it is less efficient, less hubbub, less commotion. A lot of the workers that were kind of going to and fro from the various warehouses and work sites are now either not here or fled or staying inside, as you find a place to bunker down and spend a night in a local tavern. You would hear various conversations or talks about how the looming threat of the highways is now getting too much, and there's talk of escaping up to the surface and various things of that nature that certainly don't put your potential venture in a good light. But we will pick up the morning of 28th, where Sierra has gone to the Pale Legion gate that leads south to Corntomb's Heel, and she would arrive back at the tavern where you were staying. I imagine the scenario that we'll set up is you're all sat at like a table eating breakfast for the morning, and she would sit down and tell you what she now has learned.
Oh, let's just get this out of the way. What is the tavern's name?
The Diamond Circle.
Barkeep's name.
You don't know, you haven't asked.
Definitely.
We can get to that.
Alright. Have to remember that.
Alright. So is there any particular way we find you in the morning, looking a certain way, sitting a certain way, drinking a certain thing?
The morning?
Yeah, morning of a tavern,
Would they have coffee?
probably not.
Probably not. Bring your own brew everywhere? Probably out.
I think we still have his war paint. I assume it's been smudged off mostly due to the sleeping light.
Only like the bottom of the handprint's invincible when the hat's on.
So, addressing Sierra. So, what did you learn?
Nothing positive. The most recent notes that I have is... I write this down. The last patrol that was sent out was about 30 to 40 men strong, and they have not returned. Doesn't exactly fill the heart with glee.
Which direction?
Heading south to Corntomb's Heel. They were the response team for the distress signal that was sent. Of course, they could still be traveling or dealing with whatever threat, but
So from West Point to Corntomb's Heel.
yes.
They didn't make it.
It only has been about 6 or 7 days since their departure.
No, but that's only taking to get there. That's 4 days. I counted 4.
So again, Sierra, large patrols of heavily armed and experienced dwarven warriors keep disappearing. Your plan is still just do what they've done, only but with smaller numbers.
I have tried to make it rather clear that this is a very dangerous mission that we have all rather accepted, could be deadly, though I know that you are not willing to die currently. And the one thing that we have that they do not is sunlight, which appears to be the weak point or the weak spot of these various creatures. So hopefully that will turn the might of our merry band into something more formidable.
Rest the barbs.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sir? Sir? What is your name, first of all?
So it's a rather grumpy looking dwarf. He seems a little bit disheveled or not quite awake yet in the morning. He's bald, kind of has these like tiny, squinty little eyes. He was like, Balin.
Balin? Balin. Right, Balin. Can I have just water, please? Do you have water?
Uh,
I have that. Alright, thank you.
Takes a glass, takes one of the cast at the bottom and the.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Does that cost?
Water. Don't break the glass.
Okay.
Finally, oh,
An order?
what?
Are you ordering Spiral down?
Yes.
Alright. One glass.
Whatever typically comes served in.
Alright.
Don't have coffee. Have anything warm?
Warm up some milk.
Your room temperature ale, then.
Alright. Kind of starts working to prepare drinks.
You're not drinking with us.
We are to fight.
You don't want water?
No, I shall subsist on the energy of the stars for now.
Blast party.
Well, the last gathering we went to was rather tense.
Right. Take the age off.
They're still there.
Can't see them.
Valorant, as you are waiting for your drink, you would notice Giggles is approaching you looking a little bit concerned.
Yes, what is it now?
I really hate being the bearer of bad news.
I know it's the position you've been put in.
You're so good at it.
Can I try introducing a nice thing first, and then the really bad thing?
No, the bad thing first.
Yeah,
The nice
always the
thing.
bad thing
Always
first.
the bad thing.
I disagree.
No.
The good news.
I've been writing some erotica. It's pretty good.
That's great. Good news.
Yes? Erotica?
Really?
That's the good thing or the bad thing?
What's the... Oh, well... I guess I'll get your review later.
What's it about?
Well, it's about a very handsome gnome. Very large woman.
A large dwarf woman.
Beards put me off. I'll give you the bad news. I don't know what to make of it. But it was from my contact in Ukin, the Caspian. There are reports of a army of skeletons marching north from Kraylin. And then I got another report. There is an army of skeletons marching south through the Empire.
That's a new development.
The erotica's a good alternative at this point, correct? I'll leave now.
Thinking
Either
back,
way, we're boned.
thinking back,
Oh
we
my
Give him a
God, that
point.
was a-
Give him a point.
That got me. That was so subtle.
from our original reports around the time Kraylin was infected, we had heard about northern city.
Calder's Point was a city in the Pruitt Empire that also had the plague.
They're one's marching south, one's marching north. It's their meeting.
Now, the ones in Pruitt Empire were like pretty high up.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to fight the.
Meh. I cannot confirm nor deny this information.
Well, thinking of Pruitt and how they respond to threats, would Clay?
Give me insight real quick.
Okay.
Already, bro.
That's 14.
Something that you would consider or have in the back of your mind is the Pruitt Empire is currently very busy stomping through Giles with the vast majority of their military power.
Well, I'm not certain if Pruitt will respond with anything more than the dregs that's left.
I don't even tells me.
Well,
State that they're
there's probably not technically a Giles anymore.
there's probably still a Giles.
I mean, not as an organization. King is dead.
Doesn't mean the Giles just falls apart.
Well, city states at that.
He has a son. He has 2 sons.
Drinks will be set on the bar.
Either
Hey.
way.
It'd be a gold.
Oh, what?
It'd be a gold.
Yeah.
Drinks.
Either way, at the moment, not our problem.
Well, it is just not a problem for today or the next.
It will be
3
soon
days.
enough. You're drinking anything?
No, she is kind of sitting at the table.
No, what I was asking.
Hmm?
I was asking her.
Oh, sorry. No, I'd like to keep my wits about me.
Very well.
Cheers to the
It's
So just-
water.
Hold out a fist.
Heard it was bad luck to toast with water.
hot air.
Okay, but we're also fucks. The fuck.
It's not what you want, but the suicide. Well, given how many have died so far,
Great plan.
Missing.
They were to us.
Aren't us about to say the same thing?
Really going to drink.
Zero would as you drink it and she sees like the sediment following the liquid after you upturn it. It would perhaps be decent to give the men some spiral down before we leave. I would, but I have no money currently.
Yeah, I'll buy it. Just send the keg. Excuse me, Balin. Sir,
Spiral down was particularly strong, as well as you're drinking gravel too, right?
Mhm.
can I have like a Sierra? What do I need? Like a keg or just a? Okay, sure, 2 keg. Balin, 2 kegs of spiral down, please.
Did the water not satisfy?
Not for me.
Huh.
But I'll have more water.
20 gold for the kegs.
Wait.
Yeah. You've got it?
And then he would go into the back and he'd come trundling out with a keg on each shoulder and put him on the bar for you. Mark of the signature, spiral down ale logo.
Ballard gets to the bottom of his spiral down and sediment. Still getting hung up on the sediment. Like, finishes the liquid. Sort of. Ugh. Truly awful.
Would you?
Good luck.
Live as the dwarves do.
Pain and suffering now, victory later.
I'll never understand humans.
Neither will I.
How long?
But my companions, it does seem that Corntomb's heel is going to be a problem unless luck suddenly shifts and the patrol that was sent earlier is currently clearing it out. But
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're probably just for us to get.
could be.
If they have not cleared the tunnel, how long will
Well, that was part of the reason that I brought as many dwarves as I did. We are very quick at clearing rock. A few hours pending. We are put to task. Is the plan, or I guess the plan as far as the wagon is concerned, to stay back unless otherwise directed?
concern here? Should either you or I be near the wagon to cast a daylight? I don't think there was a Tordan piece. The group last in.
I
don't
would
know how that's
say-
gonna affect it.
I think we ride in formation, wagon in center, and
The wagon's in the center.
Thor can sit next to the driver.
Yeah, Harry.
You would all set off from West Point. So, setting off today, you would do a full day of travel, rest, another day of travel, and then arrive at Corntomb late that second day. So, besides the normal rotation of plans or things.
Do we? How is the foot traffic? Like, so they've sent multiple down this way. So, like, is there? I guess from where we started, there are prints or tracks, or is it just?
Everything's stone, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just gonna try to see like if there was a way to track like this is where the footsteps start like dropping,
Mhm.
or like you notice a decrease in steps.
Signs of battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that stuff. Obviously, if that comes up, I think would be
Yeah.
pointed out. Yeah. Besides that,
Oh really?
I'll take. You said there were 2 vials of holy water.
Yes.
Take. Basic.
so travel today, rest, travel tomorrow, get there at the end of tomorrow.
Caravan the night that
Yes, when you arrive at Corntomb, it would not now.
we don't have. Alright.
So the first day of travel seems to be quiet, as far as you all are aware, leaving the immediate safety of West Point, traveling south through the highways. You quickly become accustomed to the evergreen light that fills the halls. Are we having the daylight or the pocket sun up at all times?
Yes.
Okay, and Thor has it?
Yep.
Okay.
I have it just sitting right here, and I have my shield on top of it.
So as this bright beacon of light, which occasionally only graces the ceiling, because the ceiling varies between like 100 to 150 feet, somewhere in that range, with kind of rough cut stone, but you illuminate like a passing wisp through the woods, this dark, dank stone labyrinth that you have stumbled into. As you all progress forward, the various dwarves that have tagged along They start off in pretty good spirits, still kind of dealing with the tail end of the spiral down ale. There's a few jokes and jives, but quickly their own conversation begins to settle and grow less vibrant. After about an hour or two of travel, everyone's kind of moving in this not awkward, but just uneasy silence. No one's really conversing, no one's joking or exuberant in any sort of way. Eventually, all the dwarves would be on foot. I'm imagining everyone Belgrees and horses, correct?
Yeah.
Seer would eventually come marching up to your horse, Valorant, kind of doing the whole staring up at you. Lord Valorant, a quick aside.
Yes, what is it?
I do not want you to be alarmed, and I don't think this should halt our progress any, but I thought that you should be aware. There is something watching us.
Can you tell me her?
Give me a perception with it.
It's like passive. Like,
Nope.
insight. Like the dwarven group. Most people.
It was like 6.
Did I hear that?
How, like, you're just riding in the formation, right? You would see them talking, maybe not the whole, like, all the words.
Oh, so I wouldn't have known. Think something's following us.
Probably not. She's trying to address him more directly.
So not specifically, but at random intervals, I am gonna have the owl doing its owl thing.
Yeah, you have 60 feet of dark vision. Aurora has 120. You should be like, you listen out, and then you try to listen and can't quite identify anything. There's this like kind of constant, like almost like throwing tin cans in a blender, like all of these dwarves moving in armor. There's kind of this noise that you all produce. But she would kind of point up towards, if you're traveling straight, kind of back into the left, up in the crack between the wall and the ceiling where they meet. Like every so often I hear a scurrying sound, and I have at one point caught a kind of blinking eye staring at us, a singular one. That is all I have seen. But as I have said, this is not fully uncommon down here. Things do watch and keep an eye on you just to see what the new thing is.
Well, we knew we weren't going to be alone.
Well, Audit, let me know, and if it becomes a problem, we shall deal with it.
Indeed.
So as travel continues, and that silence lingers even longer, eventually, everyone give me a perception check real quick.
Would you tell us about? 3.
12.
8. Not my turf.
11.
Okay. Play. As you are traversing with the caravan, and Thor is holding that light, which allows you up to 120 feet, 60 bright, 60 dim. Right as you are kind of almost getting tired of being on lookout, right? It's not that you are relaxed, you're just so wary of being alert for this long. You're kind of like glancing, getting a little bit distracted, your head's kind of like tilting to the side ever so slightly. There is a small bit, like of a glimmer of metal. And that isn't wholly unusual down in these hallways. There's various statues that have like metal bands that have been fallen and broken into the floor. But it kind of persists enough that you peer at it, and as the caravan slowly trudges further and further, you can identify like what you would assume is like the shoulder piece of some sort of armor kind of sticking out from behind a bit of like stone debris that's kind of built up along the side of the wall. It's again probably about 120, 110 feet away from you right now. It's not moving in any way. It's just like there and somewhat reflective.
Clay will give out 3 short and call out to the party up ahead. Rubble.
Everyone will be able to see what he has seen at this point.
So it's at the It's at the outer edge of the orb's light. I'm gonna ride closer. Look at this.
Give me another perception check.
15.
You were riding up in Belgrease, the other parts of the company kind of sticking with the wagon, just wanting to keep the center alive. As you are getting more of a vantage point and moving around some of the debris that is stuck behind, you can start identifying a more refined shape, and you can quickly realize it is a somewhat mangled Pale Legion armor. And as you get more around the corner, you eventually see a dwarven face in the armor, and there's clearly a spackling of blood and random injuries across its body. The dwarf is kind of like shoved into the rock, like it was trying to escape or hide from something. It's almost clutched into itself, and one of its arms has reached kind of up towards the top of the little stone collection of debris, like it was like trying to almost like climb or get to the top of it.
I'll turn back. When I get close enough for just a normal conversational volume. Dead Legion.
You're a kind of Pale Legion member?
If I recall what they look like.
Then we shall investigate, I assume.
Was it fresh?
Probably dead. A couple days, maybe.
Somewhat.
With the nature of the injury.
Numerous.
Numerous. What?
So it had been mauled.
Well, at the very least, I need to keep record of who they were, so I can report back to the Legion when we return.
Sure. You have a telescope or something.
Yep.
Perhaps now would be a good.
Use it. Up the high.
As we get up there.
When
Work is it?
No, as we get up.
when the entire group gets to the point on the path that is closest to this, I will ping a mind sense.
Okay. So I'm going to say that the wagon has approached it, and now you guys are going to investigate. Okay. Looking at it with the telescope, you don't pick up anything notable, except that dead body. Nothing magical to. So divine sense is 60 feet. You would not pick up anything except the dull celestial presence that you now feel from Clay medallion. But as you all approach it, is anyone investigating?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
Oh,
Everyone is allowed to investigate.
I got it.
I'm staying on.
Nah,
Okay.
I
Staying on my
would
horse.
first like to check this craft.
Okay.
19?
Okay. I guess kind of like standing a few feet away from it, kind of like sussing it out, kind of like getting different angles to see if there's anything connected to it or anything like it's rested upon. It doesn't appear to be placed or trapped or in some odd position.
Then
That remotes guides you.
how this the joints.
and
Is that with the blessing as well?
Oh, right.
Oh, here.
Right.
Right.
Or guidance?
Unless you wanted to. Yeah. That's now an 11.
Decker, were you assisting him for advantage?
I was.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. So it's not much better, but it's 9 plus 9, 18.
Okay. Getting a close,
Would be on the advantage as well.
but whatever he rolled on it before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
18. As you approach and get closer and begin actually like manipulating the body, One of the things that you first find odd is that like its arm is still up, right? Like if the body had gone limp, it would have sagged or it would have fallen, or if it was trying to like protect itself, it would, do that sort of number. As you dig deeper into the wounds, it's clear that these are somewhat traditional injuries. It doesn't seem spectral or strange or magical. There are slash marks from blades. There are piercing marks that have like the telltale signs, like little X's for like arrow slits having slipped through the armor. It is clear that he's been like attacked and killed by someone else. It is not a moonbeam injury, or like he's not like peeled of flesh or anything.
Threatened by a beast.
Yeah, he was attacked.
This is intentional attack, not some wild beast, otherworldly. Something with weapons.
Almost comforting.
Well, my concern here would be attacking part of the Pale Legion.
The dark, there are many things that fall into the category.
They are attacking themselves. Session.
Shira would step up at this point. You see her kind of shifting the dwarf forward, and there is like dwarven inscription on the back of the metal of the armor behind his neck, and she like peers at it, pulls out her ledger, and starts recording the name. But she would gently put his body back in place after recording the name, slap her ledger closed. Well, for my records, that was the leader of the last patrol.
Where are the rest of them?
That is a question I'm imagining we will find the answer for.
Looking over this rubble pile, what can I? Its purpose?
Good perception.
And
Okay. As you are glancing it over, it is clear, the first thing that you can decipher, his arm, where it originally was when you first approached, is kind of like slipped and fall because of the manipulation of his body. But there are fresh scrapes of like, not like digging into the stone, but when you take like a piece of metal or another stone and scrape it along the surface, there's like a lighter coloration to it. There are bits of that scraping kind of up near the top of this rubble that has descended. Looking at the actual material, it appears to be like a chunk of the ceiling that has fallen and clattered against the wall, and now just kind of like is rolled partway into the hallway. But it doesn't seem to like form any purpose. It's just a pile of rubble base. Okay, so Clay, as you are still deciphering the severity of this, pile that you have found, kind of almost removing yourself from the conversation currently taking place, your sharp gnomish eyes focus in on it. It almost at first looks like a tiny discolored rock kind of poking up from the top of this landslide or this pile. But as you're staring at it, shifts. Rocks don't shift. Realize it's the corner of a piece of tattered paper.
Oh. I was on your desk when I first got there, and I was like, "Oh, cool notes," because I thought they were like the thing on the wall, and then I was like, I shouldn't read these.
I do read.
Take another note. What did you find?
Ransom. Hardhelm platoon. Shadow is real. Light 27 dead. Creatures from Mingra. Organized. Highways lost. Hatred.
Hardhelm was the last patrol center.
This make
Mingram is the dead city where the ilk of the Underdark live. They would be called Drow, Grey Dwarves, Durgar. They are organized and they are this far south. That is a problem. We haven't had a notable issue with them. They have not crossed Svenlock's Lake in quite some time. But if Bel Mulder is not responding, now there are notes of their spotting on the other side of the highways. This is not good.
This would seem to suggest that Shadow, Monster, and Drama connected in some way. Whether they are simply taking advantage of an opportunity or are in the
Somewhere. Don't know yet. I imagine the further we go, either find out or die.
At least the shadow's been spotted.
Yes, well, a hastily scribbled note. Not always.
I'm not looking for proof. I'm looking to finish what I started.
Really need
It was from leadership.
this. Press onward. Anything else?
I would have to say at this point, Taylor, we're an active
enemy territory.
So I'd like to take Aurora behind us. Like if something was trailing after us, I'd like to take her, fly behind, and do a circuit up in the ceilings
Mm-hmm.
to see if we can discern anything.
So that's how you guys are gonna be like kind of traveling now, is with Aurora at the back of the.
Well, I'll alternate her. I'll have her go behind,
Okay.
circle, front. But yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, there could be something ahead, but also something trailing us.
So go ahead and roll me advantage for her. Even though she does have dark vision, it is going to be a straight roll because she has disadvantage because it's dim light. Because you would normally have advantage
I
with your
believe
perception.
you meant to say
Yeah, sorry, what did I say?
roll advantage.
Roll.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you would normally roll with advantage, but because it's dim light and not regular light. Okay, then everyone else roll me generic perception check.
Natural one.
21.
You want some loaded dice, Rob?
17.
14. Hit 21.
21.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming this is the party is picking back up the traveling. So as you were setting off from this rather unnerving discovery, and Aurora kind of starts taking the back and then the front and swooping through. As you leave the corpse of this fallen dwarf behind, and it is removed from the bright light of the pocket sun, the last kind of glint off of its armor. As Aurora is swooping around, Valorant, you would hear that Ciro was trying to point out earlier, and it is rather distant, and you feel like you're hearing more of the echo of it and not like the actual source of it at this distance. Are you looking through Aurora's eyes, or is she just swooping?
When I'm actively
Mhm.
searching, I'll be.
Okay. So as you are watching Aurora kind of dive through the air, as she's bringing her eyes back up to do the turn to start heading back towards the front of the caravan, her eyes catch this glint up in the corner of the wall and then make eye contact with a singular eye. Give me a con saving throw for her.
How far away is she?
120 feet.
At a 15.
All right. Okay. As Aurora makes contact with this eye, the pupil that she meets suddenly expands to encapsulate the entire width of the eye that it is staring into. And there's a sudden, sickening, nauseating feeling that races through Aurora. I don't know if that would translate. I don't know if you can like sense what's going on inside of her, but for now, we'll make that happen. And as she kind of like flinches and curls, and her wings even kind of like pull in, which causes her to drop altitude for a moment, she would take 12 points necrotic damage. That okay? Yeah. And so as she like curls up and like flinches and begins to fall, she would just disappear.
Just killed my.
Arm up. Hopefully the door.
Problem?
The dwarves would kind of form like a circle around the caravan of the light, assuming that's the best place to stand. Kind of start looking. Till that attack comes, I think we should continue marching.
Let's go.
As you guys are about 5-10 minutes removed from that initial body that you found at the base of the rubble, you begin to see multiple legionnaire bodies kind of scattered across the hallways. You would find some draped over stone columns. You would see some curled into the legs of dwarven statues, some strewn across the road that have to be like lifted and moved out of the way for the caravan to move through. Each time that one is spotted, Sierra would go, record the name, put it in their ledger, flip it closed. If any of you, investigate or take a glance or just kind of observe as you go, you would notice that these don't have the wounds or the evidence of kind of traditional combat. Most of them have these milky white eyes. Their complexion is kind of taut and rigid. Their mouths usually kind of agape with their like frozen face in clear fear. And there aren't visible wounds as far as you can tell. They just seem to be laying dead where they had fallen. As you were conversing, and you're kind of faced almost like kind of angular as everyone is talking, just out of almost like instinct or reflex of having Aurora kind of disappear in front of you, and you keep kind of looking off in that direction, just like you're so used to having this entity nearby. As you glance up to where Aurora should have been, you see that eye staring at you from the corner, and it's not moving, the pupil doesn't dilate, it's just stared at you, and you make eye contact with it for a moment before it starts and the eye disappears.
Be ready for a fight. So, Aurora. Right over there. The point to it, it's not there anymore.
And it's, to give you a sense of range, like maybe 200 feet away, maybe even 300. It's pretty far at this point. But the eye is, you can probably discern this, is larger than a normal eye would be. It's not like a human eye. It's probably like...
I'm seeing it from 200 feet away.
Yeah, it's probably like the size of like a head. Is kind of the general...
Game is fucking yellow.
Play. History with advantage.
17.
You don't get a full thought or a full like jolting memory, but there is this kind of like tickle in the back of your brain as everyone's like talking about the eye, and Decker explains a little bit more and like almost points to it. Like, I've read about something with a eye somewhere. So Decker, I'm gonna give you first watch because fuck it. And you're doing your ritual.
Yeah.
Kira is gonna also take a first watch. So as you are kind of finishing up the process, and Aurora appears in the ritual circle that you have drawn out and begins like hopping around, kind of looks at you like,
Sweetie. You'll stay with me for now.
oh, kind of like hops into your lap. But as that is finishing up, Sierra kind of like was approaching, goes like, finishes approaching you, sits down beside you. Decker, I have a feeling that you are not too inclined towards.
Oh. Nothing against you. Been part of bad plans before, and it's killed people I have cared about. This one, as yet, has only killed one thing I've cared about, but the resources to bring it back at least twice more.
I will say that this is not a rational plan. This is not something that I would ever approve of in a military matter or sending other men to do it. This is purely a task that my heart must see through, and I am sorry if I have strong-armed you and your companions back down here. It was not my intention to.
What you'd be sorry for? We find ourselves with extraordinary circumstances. Position that take a risk. I only ask that we do it with the best information possible. We've got it, I suppose. But no, quite respect you. It's a strong character. Break an oath for the right reason. On track. Whatever it is you lot do.
You'd see her kind of like, Kira's a very direct woman when she speaks, usually kind of holding eye contact. But in this moment, you know, with everyone else kind of sleeping, almost in this kind of more comfortable state, you see her eyes kind of drift from you, and she's staring down into the stonework, like her eyes tracing the dwarven patterns that are kind of laced along the side of the road. I know that you were not part of the expedition. You lost Adam. I had never been faced with a problem that I could not solve with my determination before. I've never faced an opponent that could simply just push me aside as the shadow monster did. It's planted this seed of uncertainty inside of me that I couldn't shake, I could not remove, I could not outrun. And I remember as the Golden Hearts, Valoran and Thor and Mr. Dissel and Broly, battle leader now. Sorry, you probably don't care.
Heard many tales.
He's a strange individual, but doing good work currently. Not surprised. But as I saw them ride off, and I was left with my future uncertain in a land that I was fully unfamiliar with, I knew that though I had grown up underground my entire life, it was not my home. I don't feel like I have a home anymore. I feel like it was taken from me. And that tiny little man-child died. If this kills me, then so be it. I don't think I can settle until I see it through. I do not want it to be the death of people that still have a life to lead. I wanted to make sure that was clear and that I'm not trying to lead a bunch of men to their death. It's the last thing I would want to do.
Wouldn't follow you. Anybody even begin to think that?
I don't think I've ever asked, they're called, flying rodents? What are they?
Ow.
Owl.
However, this is my Aurora. Toss her to you.
Aurora is pretty tall. Like she's like a 1.5 feet or something.
So she's standing on my hand.
This would kind of land on Sierra's hand because she's a wide dwarven grip. Kind of like,
Scratch her behind her neck. Really likes that. So she'll bend her neck down for you.
kind of like, gently let her return. I'm sorry that
She doesn't leave. Days. I think she likes you.
Well, I'm sorry that you, little companion, found yourself on the wrong end of whatever is following us.
I think whatever following us found itself in the realize.
I think we have much more in common than I initially thought. Keep your eyes open, and you too, little rodent. Does that make her a culmination of lots of rodents? All right.
But quit talking, I'm trying to
It's like an alarm clock. He's like,
It kills the bird again.
go ahead, give me a perception check, sir.
Just 2 more times.
Yeah, you are on watch.
All right.
You roll
Straight.
advantage.
Yeah.
Advantage.
Before.
All right. As you are, I don't know, kind of lingering on the conversation with Sierra, getting more into your watch, it's strange because in the Dwarven Highways, there's no way of telling time. There's no way of, like, perceptually dealing with, like, how long it's passed. So there's times where you think, like, a minute has gone by, and then probably been more like half an hour, and then other times where it's the opposite. But eventually, as you feel that you're like about halfway through your watch, you're staring up at where you had last seen that eye, kind of just like almost manifesting it into existence, wanting to see a glimpse of it again. And as you are, the eye moves past your vision. It does not stop and stare directly at you. You see the yellow blur of the iris, and then kind of a black, shapeless, dark figure, mostly dark just due to the range it is at, pass, like, cross your perception and kind of like slip into some unknown crevice past the range of the light.
Not coming towards us. It's
It probably moved like maybe like 10 feet closer to you and then kind of went up into a crack.
who's up next on what? Is it? Is it getting close to the switch and watch?
It's about halfway. But since no one's going to volunteer, Thor, next on watch.
So, yeah. Well, if he's still asleep, it's gonna bother him yet. But I have the dwarves that are near me that are. I'll point it out to him and tell him where I've seen it move to, and that it's a touch closer yet. But I don't want to keep waking everybody up
Yeah.
with it. Just
Mhm.
no. I'll just keep vigilant.
So, rest of the watch goes by. No more spotting of anything. There, you do occasionally hear, because the tunnels are just long, giant columns, basically, there are these distant echoes that reach you, and they're so mangled after bouncing off of so many surfaces that sometimes it's kind of hard to decipher what the original sound was. It almost sounds like a very distant violin, kind of like raising and lowering, and then kind of like fading off and kind of getting twisted and gnarled, and it's a strange sound, and it happens somewhat frequently to the point that it becomes like background noise. It doesn't really mess with your perception all that much, but there would also be a footstep that is some undiscernible distance away that has echoed and bounced and finally comes to your ears. It's kind of like, and so it just be kind of normal sounds that are just part of the atmosphere of the highways.
So when I woke Thor up, I or the eye that's following us. Still there. I glimpsed it once. It appears it might be closer. Warn you against. You see it. Eye contact. Too long.
That's what they said. Where was it last that you saw it?
Saw it right over there. It's that crack.
Keep an eye out.
I'm to attempt to sleep.
Help with that, like.
Rub my head until I fall asleep. It
Nope,
always
not
helps.
what I was thinking. Have a good sleep.
But first, I'm going to relieve myself in this corner.
Okay.
The Thor.
Everybody can hear you.
You were on watch, and then there's gonna be also a handful of dwarves on watch with you as well. Is there anything particular you're doing over your watch?
Not like particulars. I would just like randomly talk to the dwarves I was with because I can speak Dwarvish, and I imagine they talk Dwarvish.
So as you are you sitting, standing? What are you doing?
I imagine we're all like elbows on, looking out. Cause what else do we ever for that one?
Mm-hmm. So as you kind of find your comfortable spot, one of the dwarves comes shambling up, and he kind of rests the head of his battle axe down on the ground. And kind of leans onto the handle sticking up, kind of putting both arms on it. Kind of just, you're a big boy.
I am indeed.
I've heard that you're Elias, boys.
I am Goliath, yes.
Aren't you
Supposed to be. Didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be stubborn, but I'm not.
Your name?
Algrim.
Algrim?
Algrim. What is your name?
Thor.
Thor. Thor. Don't seem too bad.
That
I try.
a lot of... I guess it was just... I don't know. How often did you go to Bronze Shard?
Never.
Okay, never mind. I've met some very orbs.
That would be Balgrim. Well, I find myself agreeable.
Ooh. Wanna see something cool?
Oh yeah.
Just throw the pickaxe.
Kind of like, why'd you do that?
Oh. Right, hold on. Back.
Well, it is cool.
Yeah.
Can I try?
Yeah. I assume.
Butters.
I'll try calling it back.
Well done. Kinda cool.
This is pretty cool. You know what a dragon is?
Mm-mm.
You know what like a lizard is?
Mhm.
Yeah, so imagine like one of those, but they can fly, and it's like 100 times bigger, like the size of this cave.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Kinda scary though.
yeah, big and scary. We met one of them.
We're supposed to be keeping watch.
All right, yeah. Oop. No, we're not.
Natural 20.
I got a 6.
He's just like still leaning on his axe. He's like he looks up at the ceiling. He's like, oh, there's the eye. You just see it scurry.
Closer then.
It's actually moving away.
Huh.
I think we're fine.
I never think when it comes to deep dark places that things crawl around and watch you. I don't think we're ever fine. I think we're okay.
Yeah, you know, I was born in a dark place. It's kind of comforting.
Yeah, when there's not something watching you.
freaking ball that you're carrying is kind of actually, it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not gotten up to the surface?
I was up there for a month.
How was it?
Not a fan. Too much space.
True. You basically fly up forever.
Alright,
Alright.
go through the rest of your wash.
No.
I liked who's going in.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna let Valorant get his beauty. And I will pick up Clay.
I'm already awake. You, the other one.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright, Clay, here's the down low. That guy's name is Balgrim.
Hey.
Yeah, that guy.
yeah.
He's nice dwarf.
Yeah, no, what about the eye?
Oh right, yeah. He pointed that out to me. Forgot we were doing that. So it was back there, right? And then Decker said it moved up here. Now it's back there. Like their eyelash. Or I see it, but it was last seen.
Alright,
I don't know if it's been watch of us, for us, to us. Not getting we're close.
good to know. Alright, settle in. Head over to the back.
Go. I'll let you figure it out. You seem pretty good at figuring out why things happen.
So Clay will position himself towards the open entrance box. And leave the room with them. And we'll keep an eagle eye lookout.
Give me perception.
$19.
Hey.
Have there been any rolls so far?
You rolled an 11.
Well, a decent modifier.
Anything we rolled?
As you are on watch, Giggles would come up and sit beside you. And you see he pulls out this kind of like beaten journal, like the binding of it is all torn and worn and all this stuff. He pulls out a little quill. Starts jotting down in his journal.
Or of your erotica.
Yes, not quite the right environment for inspiration.
Surprised. What kinds of beauty beneath you?
Okay.
Well, you know.
I've heard some very weird interests, but things beneath the earth are usually. Is that what you're into?
It just pulls society down.
Yes, but if you're talking to surface people and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get something from beneath the earth," or someone from beneath the earth, certain implications there. Anyway,
I've been around for a long time. And I
then we shall sit in silence.
no, feel free. Tell me about your novel idea.
As you sit, because I will not torture you all by going through this,
I want to hear word for word.
you would get a very enthusiastic explanation of the story of this misunderstood, kind of downtrodden, gnomish man who has been on the journey for the love of his life And though he is a very decent man, a loving and caring man, you never find a woman worthy enough to stick around. But eventually there is this great behemoth of a beauty that is so elegant in mass and size that he could not even be pushed away physically or emotionally. And that is as far as he's gone.
Talk to Thor about his parentage. Sounds oddly familiar.
But like midway through this explanation to you, as he's like still writing, he goes, I have more bad news.
I listened to half of your book. Go ahead.
That hurts.
Anyways.
The armies, Druid armies in Giles, have interacted with this skeleton army, this walking dead army,
Oh, excellent.
and have let it pass.
I surprised or betrayed, but
Can I run a theory by you?
certainly.
So if a woman is 3 times the size of a man,
You have supports for Yes.
I'm surprised you have an answer for that, but I was joking. We're heading towards Bronshard. Braylon. North. Boulders Point. South. Bronshard. But unless there are other things to go over, the party would begin traveling it again. And much like the scenery that you passed through earlier of the previous day, you come upon more dwarven bodies. As you do, Kira starts counting them up, recording their names, kind of referring to the scratch of paper that you all had received, just kind of realizing that this is going to continue until that number is reached. So I'm assuming that everyone's kind of like just keeping eyes out all the time, especially in that general direction. Everyone go ahead and roll my perception real quick.
20.
Freeze.
So with everybody keeping a very direct gaze in that direction, even with Decker being pretty focused, not wanting to lose his bird again, no one spots it.
I don't think Valorant is even kind of like it. We keep riding this way, it'll find us.
Yeah. I just want to know where it is.
So eventually, as the day of travel goes by, and eventually the whole accounting of dead dwarves is reached, there is a zone for about maybe an hour of travel where you no longer find corpses. And there's this strange, like, mixture of relief and fear from the other dwarves. Because now they are no longer staring at the corpses of their brethren, but why?
Yeah.
As the caravan continues to travel, Kira would eventually kind of like walk to the front of the caravan, turn back, and like address everybody as you are still continuing pace. We should be only about an hour away from Corn Tomb. I don't know what we're going to find there.
How many are unaccounted?
Hmm?
How many are unaccounted?
But we have found the 27 dead.
Good.
That's what I've counted. As you round the final corner to face Corn Tomb, because you can see a fair distance in the Dwarven highways, because they are just kind of straight shots a lot of the time, and there are those green, braziers. Braziers, thank you. There are green braziers. There are green braziers dotted along the hallway, which allows you to spot various parts down the road. As you turn the final corner, you all see the cave-in that is blocking Corn Tomb's heel. It is now a solid wall of stone massive chunks that are perhaps 4 or 5 times larger than the wagon that you all walk around. It is, as far as you can tell, a complete landslide 100 feet up into the ceiling, and it blocks your way. I'm going to go ahead. But so, for all intents and purposes for this map, the blockade is just kind of south off of the map, and then this is the last kind of section of road that you have. So, as you approach the wagon getting closer, Sierra kind of leading the way, now only about 20 or 30 feet from the cave-in. She would look back at the group and look at the dwarves, and, well, I assume that we shall begin clearing the road.
Can you clear this?
It will take some time. Perhaps we will focus on making a smaller cave with supports first, and then worry about the larger hallway later.
Our fiery-haired friend here has some means to manipulate rock.
I can make walls.
Usually, the cave-ins are designed for about 200 feet.
I can make walls.
That does not help us currently.
No, we do. I can create something to prevent anything coming from behind us.
Or on top of us.
Well,
Oh, it's 3 inches thick.
Well, I shall get the men to task and shall watch over them.
For this pickaxe.
Right?
that function actual pickaxe.
Yeah. Pickaxe functions as a pickaxe.
Ah, right.
Kind of poke at one of the rocks with my rapier.
I'm gonna go ahead and real quick. No easy way to grab all of these guys at once.
Are they all over there?
Yeah, they're kind of off the map, basically.
Okay. I'm really gonna stand like in the middle of everybody. Wherever that is, that's where I'm standing.
Okay.
And if I can help, I will. But mostly my holding on.
Okay. Everyone go ahead and give me a perception check.
21.
Nat 20.
Whoa, that's 20.
Nat 20.
Oh wait, no, Joe.
We totally just blew so much luck just then.
Pass it out.
Are you one of the Nat 20 bros?
I got an 8. I'll just stick with my 2 coins. I'm good.
No, here. I'll give you 2 sympathy coins. Here, 2 sympathy coins. Take them.
Odds of 5%, 5%, 5%.
That's
Yeah.
like
all at the same time.
Math is
Well,
hard.
because 2 of the same number is 1 in 400 odds. Now that
I
could
didn't
be
need to
very
do
wrong. So that's
Just
correct. So
all
1,
together.
3.
Maybe.
That's not how
Because
that
it's
works.
1 in 20.
Because the higher you,
400.
the lower odds.
Sounds like a great conversation for the 10-minute break.
Probably gonna be like 1 in 4,000.
1 in 8,000.
Because it increases exponentially with
So Thor, as you are more focused on keeping everybody within the range and making sure that no one is in dire danger currently, given the beast that you might be facing,
orb. There's nothing but the orb. Focus on the orb.
Valoran, Clay, and Decker are intently scanning the ceiling, the walls, the small caves and offshoot branches that move off of the main highway. And as all 3 of you are kind of like staring at the same spot, you all have kind of been like scanning different areas, but there's this weird swirling like black shadow in the corner. And all of you had that like quick like, is that and then all of a sudden, a white face comes out of the swirling mass of shadow, and all 3 of you are staring directly at what Valoran would know, and I imagine you 2 would be able to assume rather quickly.
Googly eyes. Yeah.
I did refine that.
Okay.
Over time.
You would all realize you are staring at the Shadow Terror. It does not believe it has been spotted yet, or at least as far as you can tell, as it is watching over the group currently.
I'll send her a I'll do a message to her.
Mhm.
Sarah, don't make a show, but we've spotted the Shadow Terror. It's watching.
You see her kind of like straighten up, and then her hand that she was kind of like doing gestures with, like noticeably goes towards her chest. And you see her kind of raise the talisman beside her head. You can see it before putting it back down on her chest. So as everyone's kind of like settling, Sierra walks between all of you and then kind of sees that Thor is not paying attention and kind of like, Thor.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's gonna keep like gesturing towards the dwarves, like she's pointing to the rocks and the landslide, and then are we going to chase it? I think that is ideal. Is not aware of us right now. This is probably the best opportunity to go after it.
Ace. What?
Watching us, Thor.
Send a message. Spotted the terror. Try not to alert it. Yeah, yeah. As natural as you can.
About.
Could we leave the light with them since we have two of you who can produce it?
Nope. Oh, okay. I Here, Hoff.
We need to find the anchor, and I feel as if we spook it, it would instinctively go towards its home.
I'm pretty far, pretty fast. Rise.
You can at least get a general direction. That's better than nothing. Alternatively, I can take the light and go myself.
Terrible. It wouldn't follow you.
I'd be chasing it. I can't hear you.
Oh, would he add a hindrance to my... I picked up clay.
Imagine burn.
I'm
Yeah,
65
you'd
pounds.
probably be fine, but you wouldn't be able to use like a two-handed weapon or something.
Yeah, which I have.
Yeah, I imagine you could clay and,
Oh, I can get on
but you can't clay, light, and hammer.
Yeah.
shoulders.
Well, clay is gonna be the light.
Oh.
He's casting daylight.
Yeah.
So I see there's some barriers that are throwing shadows.
Mm-hmm.
While this is going on, I am going to just sort of wander, like sort of make a show of like looking around at the architecture, and I want to step into a shadow where I'm not in the direct light of the orb.
Mm-hmm.
Just hang out there for a bit.
If you like keep kind of like every so often like passing your gaze over it to get a glance, you would notice it is now staring at you. But as you keep giving it more and more looks, you realize the fringe of the bright light from the pocket sun is kind of where it has stopped and kind of crammed itself up into the corner.
Um,
Rutter, sunlight. Pocket of darkness.
True.
Green light. 60 or so feet.
Got it. Rather than eventually we're element. Not gonna be
And just air it and run over it.
Did not see where it goes.
My plan. We can just get a general direction that's better than what we have now.
Oh. Out his discs circle the shield. The undying light of the heavens. Starlight infuse you. And cast daylight on the shields, which as I does put it on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You already have the 60 feet by 60 feet on your token, so it works. Yep.
so on the your shield is now glowing very bright.
right. Well, that's sense. Problem is everybody needs to keep up with me.
Rogue, can you do a dash action and a
Yeah.
dash bonus action?
I'm sure.
I'm not the most nimble.
I can't carry you. Pretty good. No offense, but you're heavier than.
If I am going to only slow you down, I can stay behind with my men.
Protect them.
Personal. But I don't want a point of death where it could have been prevented.
I just know that you all are not familiar with what is down here.
Be clear, last time you said it is faster.
Yes.
Even with us running passively.
Definitely. Way quicker than ever. So, as long as you can stay within the light, don't see.
I can keep up.
Order. We're on horse.
Yeah, imagine you would dismount.
Yeah.
No, but like we have our horses.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you look at the map, though, there is like a little canyon, lower ground. Like there's a bridge over this corner. And these caves are like about 10 feet lower than where you currently are standing.
Oh, I didn't. Was ours okay? Ignore me.
Decker, can you message Alarin? Or even Izzy? Guess kind of just let them know our plan. He says,
You're handing out the light to any of the doors? Or I guess anyone in the cart, either.
yeah, guy that I met,
Algrim.
Algrim. Yeah.
That was the barkeep.
Algrim. They, Algrim,
Yeah.
you're a great guy. This is your lifeline.
Alright.
I would hold on to it with, because if it goes out of your reach or it breaks, it's probably me.
Alright.
Alright. We'll be back.
So the plan is to start running towards it. So I would tell Syrah then that she should get significantly in front of us, 20, 30 feet in front of us, began running at it, and then that'll be our cue to also follow, so that as we overtake her, you know what I mean?
You go like pretend to start like investigating the wagon a little bit closer.
So, and I'll relay that in message to Valoran. Responds by okay. Done.
Who's making the first move?
I think that should be Syrah.
So
Whenever she starts, then
Sierra kind of is like fake adjusting a rope on the back of the cart, kind of looks over at Valorant in the darkness. Decker, Clay, Thor, give you all one last full look. Kind of like give the.
She looks at me out.
That you gotta like. Tightens the nod. Just a. As we're gonna take our 10-minute break. So as Sierra finishes adjusting the fake rope, cinching the knot tight. Wow, good job. Giving all of you one last look. One last deep breath. And just a torrent of metal as she darts from the cart, her armor clanging and clattering, as she lets out this bellowing roar, grabbing the great axe from her back, leaping off of that 10-foot cliff, like down into the ravine. As soon as she goes to turn and makes it to about there, the Shadow Terror locks eyes on her quickly moving form and then swoops off into the east, kind of ducking into this cave before disappearing out of range.
All right, I'm on.
So now we are at Decker.
Okay. 30. And so I move and then I dash.
have your action.
Wow. I can go very far.
I will point out that the light does not reach in there yet.
Yeah. But you do have your goggles. So you can technically see. You don't want to go outside of the 60 foot. Which will catch up to you.
Am I outside of it right now?
Yeah, you could also look on the screen, which would help.
I'll put the brakes on there, as I'm sure somebody with sunlight is coming.
Okay. So Decker, Valorn.
All right, so I will finish casting Protection from Evil and Good. Use my bonus action to ignite the Flame Tongue Glaive. Then
Action. So couldn't you dash action?
that's it.
What?
So you could like move whatever double your movement speed is, then hold your action as a dash whenever I catch up.
Ready a dash for when the
Okay.
when it comes lit.
Yeah.
All right, so
You are there,
yeah,
readying a dash.
ready in a dash, and that's 30 more feet. Jeez,
Okay.
I can move 90 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on when you see it, is that the cue when you... Okay. So Valorn, what is the range of the Flame Tongue?
The range of the Flame Tongue.
Why?
Oh, It is 20,
2020?
40 and 40.
Jesus.
That seems.
Bunch of glowing assholes.
I'm gonna.
And I got
That's in the
20
book,
feet
too.
of light on me.
Yes. But it's not daylight. It's just light.
Okay.
Yours doesn't put out heat rays.
Actually, okay, so this is daylight that I'm saying.
Yeah, 40 and 40. Wow, that I have no idea how bright that fire was on the glade.
It's a blowtorch.
Actually,
Almost blowtorch.
so some of this light's the light from the actual battle map. You guys can see pretty far then. So that the dim light that you're looking into, Decker, like that's kind of southeast of you, that is what you see with your night vision, like this area right here. Yeah.
But it went off up here, right?
Well, once it dipped into that shadow to the east, you guys didn't have visual there yet, so you have no idea where it is in this area.
Based on its movement vector, what
Give me insight.
that would be a 16.
As it darted from that corner and into this cave, it actually had to like come down from above and go lower and then dip into this cavern that's actually pretty low to the ground, even below where the Dwarven Highways is. You saw it go down and then this direction, so kind of south direction, roughly.
This way?
Yes. And you are holding your dash until you see it.
Yeah.
And Valorn, you are storming up to the edge of that jump.
Yeah, I used my whole turn
Okay.
to get there.
So then, alrighty. Give me one moment, sir. So, Decker.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to figure out how to rule this. So you would spot it right about there. As it, like, you are staring into the dim light, and all of a sudden, this two bright white eyes just seem to appear out of nowhere, and this, like, twisted grin, and you just see it go, like, swashing towards you, basically.
Can I,
So you've readied the dash action.
yeah.
I could rule that you could run away if you would like.
Yeah.
Or just run back into the.
Okay.
Am I...
Yeah, that would be within, I think, let's see, because yeah, that's on the edge of, where basically Thor has the daylight, so if you ever do need
Wherever
to,
you are
yeah.
right now, I can see you.
Yeah.
So that means.
I'll
yeah.
I'll point with my rapier. It's right there. It's right there.
You would see it kind of like swim past where you are and then dive up to the north and then disappear yet again.
It went that way.
And then we were to Clay. Oh, sorry, no, Thor, my bad. Yep. Sorry, I literally forgot to put your name down.
Oh, thanks.
Yep, you're welcome.
Hi, so my character is Thor. He's a Goliath.
Sorry, I didn't even want to introduce you.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have to right click and move up. 35.
There's about like a 10, 15 foot jump there, which I'm not going to make you guys like, you know, do anything special for. You can kind of just leap.
Okay, and what does that count as?
Just 5 feet to like kind of jump, yeah.
Or something. Just crashing on here. So 40. Then I dash. So 45, 50, 60. Where do thou be? Which direction did he point?
That way.
It appeared here and then went north.
And it went up here. Yeah.
Okay. Go 65.
Pause.
Okay, pausing.
So as you go barreling past Decker and you're in this small cave, as you look off into this small offshoot that Decker pointed down, holding your shield out as it casts the daylight spell, you look and you meet the white eyes of it, and just as it stares back at you.
Oh, hello there, beastie. I guess I will. Is this thing right above it square?
Yeah.
I move there. Or
No.
it
I mean, it's fine. If not, I can stay where I am.
Probably. I mean, you could move through it.
The Shadow Terror.
Yeah.
I feel like that has some adverse effects. I don't want to find out just yet. No, I'm good where I am.
Okay.
I'm still in range to hit it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I need. That's all I need. I'm good. And my turn.
All right. So now, Clay.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm lying to you, Clay. Clay, Thor, and Decker, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Is it against magic?
Yes.
Wish I had something.
22.
Finally,
22 for.
30-20.
Okay. Decker, as you are staring at your companion, kind of darting around the corner, you can see Thor has made eye contact with something. You kind of assume what he is staring at. Clay, you are bearing witness to what is going on. But as Thor is like slamming forward, the Shadow Terror whips around, and as you see parts of his body begin to kind of be like cast away in the light, a lot of it's the edge of it being kind of pushed to the side. Its eyes lock on Thor, and you see them suddenly take up like the vast majority of this like Shadow Terror's face, and then you hear off in the distance Valor, and you would be kind of standing atop the cliff as this goes off, Sira's medallion rattling and clanging, and you kind of get this like, oh shit, and then Clay, you're like, oh no, and Thor is just staring this thing down, and he is frozen or frightened. Which, if you need a reminder, ability checks, attack rolls, and you cannot move towards the source of your fear. Alright, Clay. You can attempt to save at the end of your turn.
Seeing that Thor has locked up, Clay will pull forth the holy water, pour it all over Thor's head.
But I think it does.
Well, it's my material component.
Oh.
The light of the heavens protect you. Feel no fear. On the head and cast protection from evil and good. So you will have advantage on your saving throw, and then from their point forward, you will not be able to be harmed right door.
And it's just concentration for 10
It
minutes?
is concentration
Okay.
for 10 minutes, and I'll go ahead after that. The power of the stars and wild shape into the archer form, and fire off a bolt towards Shadow Beast.
Mm-hmm.
15.
That would hit.
Solid 12 radiant.
Radiant? Okay.
I guess type of damage is important for.
Did it kill it?
You said 12?
12.
Alright. So Clay, as you quickly like like speckle the top of Thor's bald head with the holy water, and then you cleanse this, or you send this cleansing aura down upon him, and then you reach out with your, I guess, holy projectile, and it goes tearing through this darkness. Even in the bright source of the daylight, it streaks through the kind of drab background of the cave, and you see it go straight through, I guess, like where the mouth should be with this creature, and you just rip its jaw from its body before the mask begins to start like reconstructing the part that's been destroyed. But you see the fringe of where your energy shot through the shadow is kind of like gray instead of black. It's kind of like almost singed look as far as you can tell, and its eyes, like after it had gone extremely wide to terrify Thor, is now kind of like shrunk down. You see them go and narrow at you as its jaw is slowly being reconstructed.
And beneath the earth, you can hide from celestial fury.
Is that your turn, sir?
That'll be my turn.
All right. So now, Sierra, after landing down in the canyon and hearing her medallion, she's like, no, 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 and starts barreling through the little underpass. She only has 30 feet. Yeah, I think she's gonna stay there. She's gonna race up, kind of like push beside Thor almost, kind of see the situation, staring at the Shadow Terror, and she's kind of like eyeballs and kind of waiting, just like preparing and blocking the cave that you guys are stood in front apart. Yeah, birds. Decker.
Okay. I will. Seeing that Thor is in a bit of trouble for a change, I'll run past him and I go for the first attack on this thing.
Yeah.
Physical attack. Sorry, man. Get the first one.
Roll it. Roll it. Copy.
Roll out.
Let's see. So does a 16 hit?
It's
All right. So it's booming blade.
Mhm.
So 2, and then 4
But don't
plus 9
worry, you're calling for like 7 days.
plus sneak attack. Let me see one of your
Don't play.
1d4s.
Don't play like that.
Did it D4?
Or d6
D6?
rather, sorry. All right, 4, 4. All right. And I'm going to re-roll one of the ones. And it rolls a 1 again, of course. All right. So, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 21 points of damage, and then bonus action disengage.
don't have to, but anyway.
Oh, that's right, I don't have to.
What amount of that's physical and what amount of that's thunder?
Huh?
You're booming bladed, right?
Yeah, that's all piercing.
The booming blade is.
It counts, I think, as well.
I thought it was thunder damage.
Oh yeah, the booming blade is thunder.
Okay, so how much of that was thunder?
That was 4.
Okay.
Or, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4.
Okay. All right.
And then I will step back this way. Why can't I see it?
You're in a wall. There you go.
Yes.
All right. So as you go charging forward and you see the booming blade energy kind of build up on your rapier and you approach this terror from the other side, you go to lunge forward and you see your sword dive into the shadow and it almost kind of like pushes its body away from your blow, but as the like tip of your metal weapon dives through, the fringe energy of your booming blade kind of reaches out and grabs the shadow and leaps from your blade onto its form, and you see it begin to kind of swirl within the shadow itself, and then it will take more damage if it moves. Anything else, sir?
No. Do you want me to roll the moving damage or do it
Wait until it happens.
no, when it moves?
Closer to you or at all?
At all. Okay. Valen.
How high is this? The rebel looks like a column that fell over.
So that kind of is almost like diagonally leading up that platform.
Okay.
And so it'd be like a 10-foot jump down and then kind of clambering up the columns to another 10-foot, 15-foot platform, and then another jump down.
What could I just do a jump from where I am to the column debris?
Yeah.
Try that.
Okay.
And yeah, there we go. You want me to roll athletics or
No, I'm good. This jump is easy enough that I'm not going to force it.
All right. Would this be like difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Okay. So 10, 20. That's I want to do a diagonal move. So that's 30. I guess I'll dash 40, 45, 50, 55. Whoa. What's going on here?
Sailing off into oblivion.
Is that a wall?
Yeah.
You activated no clipping.
Oh, it is.
Oh, so that is a wall.
Axe.
Oh, damn. All right, well, I'm going to stand on that edge there.
Yep.
Then.
All right. And just cast your aura on Decker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus.
What aura is that?
You have +5 to save.
That's the Aurora.
I'm assuming you're opportunity attacking.
Yes.
Yep.
Frightened.
Can't move towards it.
But 16.
Hero speed.
Plus 7, so 14. The war.
So as it goes to try and like lurch forward, you, through your fear, just swing your hammer in this kind of mixture of frustration and rage, and you whip this hammer through its body and kind of like dispel the center of it for a moment before it like fades away and then begins to congeal back into its form, throwing it off enough so it can't move because Sentinel's bullshit.
Pissing it off.
Yeah. It's not your turn though. It's just
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's fine. I got it. I'm just I'm looking at.
It is going to, I guess, then reach out and try and attack you
At disadvantage.
for
Protection. If it is a undead celestial node.
That's good because I'm not raging yet, and I forgot to.
All right. Yeah. So attack with disadvantage.
We're doing great.
We
have a plan.
In person D&D. All right. So disadvantage to Thor. What is your AC, sir?
Currently 17.
Ooh. What is it? 17.
Nice.
All right. One moment, sir.
Am I in danger?
Go ahead and roll me a con save,
Yes.
which is that's not
Not it.
affected. Yep, you're good.
Constitution 17.
Okay. You do save. You take 2 points of chronic damage. As it like is still distraught from this strange blow it has received, it like lashes out, and instead of striking you, it just kind of like swipes across your forehead, and you feel its fingers kind of go past your flesh and just kind of like tickle your brain. And for like a moment, you feel that same sensation that Valorant felt all those months ago, where the energy begins to kind of like start burrowing down towards your eyes. You feel it traveling through the vessels in your blood, and then you're like, and you just force the ilk and the poison away as you stave off the blindness that it is trying to affect on you.
Fine.
And as it doesn't deal the damage it like wants to, it starts like freaking out and congealing and start like frantically shifting around, seeing that it's like basically surrounded. You see it start like doing this number basically, and then we are to Thor.
Yep. So I guess this turn. Let's try to attack it. Nice. Bonus action.
Mm-hmm. You disadvantage.
Yes. Right now. Those are 2 1s, so I think that misses. Does a 12 miss?
Nick eyes. Wow.
Thank God that wasn't my save.
Is that your first attack?
Yeah.
Miss him, strike the wall, and
So then that's a 19 to hit on the second one.
That would hit.
12 points of damage.
Okay.
I make my wisdom save, correct?
Yeah, at the end of your turn, and you're not in the aura. Are we rolling that as in the aura?
I would say no.
Okay,
That's fine.
I'll take that.
Yeah, at advantage. Whatever this is, -1. Natural 20.
I
Nice.
think he would have to be where that black blob is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I save.
You're no longer frightened.
And I cannot be frightened.
Yep. That's concentration for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Play.
Alright. Quickly call out. You're not needed to run. Guidance, corral it. He'll fling another starry bolt out.
You can pretend. Yeah. I would imagine.
I don't know.
I would rule yeah.
Okay.
13 for that.
To hit?
Yeah.
That's a miss.
And then, other than that, didn't even think about this one. Go ahead and throw out a guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Using the power of my discs. It does not.
Okay.
Oh.
Nope.
It does not.
Nope.
Um,
You have no power here.
ignore whatever.
Mhm.
Push it. Keep it moving.
The clay as you lash out and you miss. And then you lash out and you miss. You're like, we're supposed to be keeping this moving, right?
That's why I didn't hit it.
And then we are to Sierra yet again, who, kind of seconding Clay's comments, kind of looks at everybody and just doesn't move.
So we're on the same page.
Yeah. And then Deckard.
Can she move 5 feet forward?
Good.
Wait, we got.
Not gonna not hit it.
There.
Ding.
I'm bad. I didn't want it to run away while I was frightened.
Okay, yeah, I see. Okay. The same thing. I'm gonna duck in to attack. And 17.
It's
8 for Booming Blade.
Yep.
Here. I'll just borrow that for right now. And going to re-roll one of the sneak attacks. I keep re-rolling ones. That is fantastic.
Doing
All right. So 19, 20, 26, 27.
the physical damage.
Well, 8, 21 physical, piercing magical, and 8 thunder.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I will step back.
And there's now another booming blade energy attached to it.
There's, yeah.
That doesn't stack, right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Awesome. For real.
Yeah.
That would be massive.
Okay, Valorant.
Alright, now how tall is the cliff that I'm on now?
About 10 feet still. 10, 15 feet.
So, I do a standing long jump over Decker's head.
As Decker's like sliding back from the attack, Valorant leaps over.
Pretty thematically cool. Like I slide back low.
And with the glaive just wham as I jump off this cliff. So that's gonna be
Anyway,
You have a +1.
not to you, you ass.
Okay. Like I kept us in the game.
17,
Hits.
and that's gonna be roll these together. 8, 10, 14, with 8 of it being fire.
Okay.
I'm choosing not to smite.
All right.
Attack number 2. Ooh, that's only a 12.
That would be a miss.
And the polearm bonus.
Does that also do fire damage? I guess
I
it does.
haven't been up to this point
Okay.
because it's that
I like you, James.
it's specifically not the end that's on fire.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I'll take it.
Quick pop.
8, 12, 16.
Okay.
4, 7, normal.
Roll the
All right. So Valorant, as you leap down, your first strike kind of like cutting diagonally from like the neck of the beast to like its torso, leaving these kind of licking fiery trails as Decker's booming blade energy kind of mixes in, causing this kind of like strange lava lamp kind of crackling, like a little swirl of fire comes up and it's like kind of like shoots out in this weird spark. This thing, which was first as it appeared, this like singular black mass, now kind of looks like a tattered mess. There are holes and fire and booming blade and radiant, and it is now poked full of holes, effectively.
Is it the same one?
Yes.
Was it?
No.
But near as I can tell, it's the same one.
Is there a reason you were asking?
Just-
Because if the second one pops out of the wall,
Yeah,
it's
I'm trying to
all
decide
concerned.
if it's the Shadow Terror or a Shadow Terror, which is an important piece.
I mean, they don't exactly have facial features to recognize.
Yeah.
It looks like a black blob with white eyes.
White faces, some yellow faces.
Then at the
Interesting.
end of my turn, I sneer at it and say, "When did you get so weak?"
Sentinel was.
It's like I didn't consider the 1 feet Daniel uses every single fucking time.
The only reason I didn't take it as well is because you already had it. I figured half the party was Sentinel.
That would be fucked.
Would
Yeah.
You'll
Doesn't just add so much fun to the game, guys?
Giant fucking dragon kills all of you.
So that would be Valorant's turn.
It flies above you.
It's gonna try and move.
Yeah,
Are you taking an attack of
Yes, I
opportunity?
am.
Are you using Sentinel? Okay.
So that's a 19, or no, that's a 22 to hit actually. With 14 points of damage.
So Thor, as you are like, run, you little scamp, it goes barreling through your chest, and as you're like, oh, and then it like comes out the other side. As you are turning your head, your vision begins to get encroached upon, and you're like, oh fuck, and then the world goes dark, and you can just feel Clay kind of like balanced on top of you. The rest of the party would see it dart to this other side, kind of whipping around Syrah, and then start going down this tunnel, which, okay, so it was. Well, I'll ask a quick question. Is the plan to now chase it versus attack it? I think we can just drop out of combat then, and just start chasing it. Okay.
And I guess grab Thor by the.
Give me another save.
It's 15 plus 7 plus.
Okay, so you are now able to see. So, what's everybody's Constitution modifiers?
That's actually good.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Dose.
Okay, simple. So you can run for, what was it, 3 rounds of dashing in a row before you can then run. You guys have 6 rounds of dashing before you have to start making con saves. We're not going to have to worry about that. So for all intents and purposes, it's dashing, and it's going to be covering 80 feet each turn. So if you guys want to stay in the light, 80 feet. So you're going to keep up with it.
I'll be slowing down to stay with the.
Yes. And then Cyril will be like, oh god. Oh. So we're just going to start pursuing it. I'm going to go at...
I will be with Syrah because I'm.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and drop you onto this map. If that works properly. Good.
What is the character of this passage that we're in?
Like a natural cave? That you're asking?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tall, short,
Like size?
rocky.
10 to 15 feet in height. The passages vary quite a bit. It seems to be just kind of like your natural, like, formed cave system. Rough rock. It's obvious that, like, the floor has been traversed by different creatures and scouting parties and things of that nature, but it's not like well paved or stoned or anything. Yeah, that's kind of the general description. All right. Let me go ahead. I need to grab. So can everyone see their token and see what you can see? Is all that good?
Oh my god, that's a big map.
Yes.
I know the
Let's see the Shadow Terror.
camera can literally not see the tokens. There we go. Okay. All right.
I guess my rate.
Why can I not?
You have control of your token.
I do.
Corner should be good. Everybody good?
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is move the Shadow Terror like 10, 20 feet at a time. And unless you guys are doing anything, it's going to keep trying to flee and hide. So I'm just going to keep rolling stealth checks, basically. And as long as you keep it in the light, it's going to fail.
At some point, I go back. I guess Decker's beside me, but everybody else is behind me.
Well, so marching order is Decker in the front. He's fastest. Thor with the light. Kira and Clay in the back. Valorant, where are you landing?
I'm faster than Seer and Clay, but not as fast as Decker and Thor.
Okay, so
In range.
this is the order of the pursuit. Okay.
So I would just kind of yell back for them to, or even Decker, to keep track or like look for goal or something that being it.
Can I relay those instructions to Aurora?
Okay.
To keep on the lookout too for what her.
So I'm going to keep moving the token slowly to where it's supposed to go and all that fun stuff. Let me quick.
Where do you want with it?
Yeah, basically I'm going to move it and then you can follow it. And
Okay.
I will only interrupt if something differs or you have a different thing you want to do. And that's the process we're going to go with right now. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So
Suck.
it's going to start heading down this passageway and then down to the south. And at any point you want me to stop, just tell me.
Whoa. Not using a mouse is very hard.
But it's going to race into this cavern.
Yep. Following Roberto.
And there's about another 10, 15 foot drop here that it's just going to swirl over and then down. Valor, and you are on another drop on that western side that you just passed, like coming in. And
Okay.
you can see that those two pathways converge. Yep, everything's working properly. Cool. So now it's going to basically leap down here.
I can we keep down there? Or?
Yep. Gonna get to there.
This is like Mario Kart.
All right, play. As you are chasing behind Valorant, go ahead and give me a thing. Second.
There's something else.
Wait, let me make sure I got this right. Yep, I am aware.
My stomach is remedy.
Oh, actually, what is your AC, sir?
Oh, yeah, 19. Of the highest state.
Oh, that's because you think
What's
about
your...
19.
Mine's
normally.
19.
I have to cast a spell to get up to.
I have a shield.
With the shield now.
I have 2
AC?
shields.
Okay, 19. And son of a bitch.
You're dead.
1 moment.
88 points of damage.
It had,
Fuck you.
it had to be you. It had to be you.
It did. It always has to be.
Okay,
You've got this for your death saves now, though.
so we're jumping back into initiative order, and we're gonna start at Clay. Clay, as you are about to make the leap, you see Thor and Valor and Decker all racing away. Sierra's all like clattering behind you. All of a sudden, you hear this, and as you glance back, you see two rocky tendrils, one racing by your face, one darting between your legs, both missing. Sierra kind of turns, one like darting past her eyes, and the second one grabbing her throat, and it wraps around several times before she is yanked 25 feet towards...
Did she have to make?
And she is dragged back to the roper on the other side of this cavern as she is like frantically flailing her weapon trying to get the tendril off. And since it happened on your turn, we will pick up on your turn, Clay.
Okay. And it's only the one that I can see.
Yes.
Okay. Seeing that my fellow short stubby friend is in danger, fire off a star bolt from one hand.
Mm-hmm.
26.
Hit. Yep, that hits.
And
Oh, I will tell you, because this isn't a thing for all creatures, you can target its tendrils. And they have hit points of 10, let you know.
that is great to know.
They have an AC too.
AC
Does a
is 2.
26?
They have an AC TOO. Yeah. What? Hit the tendril? Yes. Are you aiming for the tendril?
I'm gonna aim for the
Okay.
tendril. And
No, the one that missed.
8 radiant damage.
Okay.
The tendril. That. Go ahead and fling out a boost flame.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Hits.
$14 fire damage.
Okay. So as Sierra is being yanked back with quick, like, as she is pulled off of her feet towards this, the roper is probably about 4 or 5 feet tall. So to you and Sierra, it's like, oh shit. But as it yanks her back, her like boots scraping against the stonework, as she is like, you shoot out it was a guiding bolt or your arcane shot?
First, I shot a starbolt
Yep.
and then a fire.
So as you shoot out the bolt, she kind of like, as she's rearing back, the tip of the tendril kind of like flails out, and you shoot the tip off as the dead tip kind of falls to the ground. As she sees that you're attacking the tendril, she kind of like does this, pulling as hard as she can, exposing the back as you shoot your flame and sever it in two, and you see like the remaining part that's wrapped around her neck kind of like die and go limp as the part that has been damaged like starts flailing around, little bits of embers kind of like flicking off as it does so, and you have freed her from.
Run, Carrot Top, run!
So it's gonna be Sierra's turn. If she tackles you, are you going to attempt to avoid it?
What a bitch! I just saved her.
Her plan is to tackle you over the cliff.
I still have my movement.
Oh, yeah.
But that would save your movement then.
Hold my movement.
Are you going to jump off the cliff after the fact?
Yeah.
Okay. Then she will not try and tackle you. So are you moving farther than where you are?
Yes. So to go down is regular 5 feet.
Yep, just jump. Yep.
5.
It's just going to spitefully slash at this thing. Missed both times, but that's fine. He's out of breath. And then start running for the cliff, which I think, yep, put her there. So back into initiative order. Does anyone have anything special to do right now?
Might be out of my range. Or
That's a minute?
Yeah.
You'd still be in it.
Good.
I'm back to chasing?
Yep.
All right.
I guess keeping an eye out now, knowing that there's other things in the
So,
layer.
it's going to start racing around the corner again.
Go, Decker, go. Oh, I have to click on my character.
Darting through this very tight space, still heading south.
White.
And as it darts south, there's going to be another jump or a leap that is going to go over. But as you guys turn that corner and you look over that cliff, you're still running, so you can't get a perfect view of it, but just giving it a quick glance, Decker, you're the first to come upon it. there is a pool of blood kind of resting in a depressed area of the cave near the wall. And there are distinct 3 dwarven bodies trailed in this pool of blood. And you would recognize Pale Legion armor kind of floating at the top of this bloody pool. But the Shadow Hero is going to dive over that lip and start racing more south.
Dive.
No.
Okay. That gives me a lot of confidence up and down there.
Everything seems perfectly fine.
All right. So Clay and Syrah, as you bring up the rear.
Fine. Fine. Oh, shit, you were a jerk.
No, I'm not.
Told you. Feel like invisible.
Oh, it actually hits Clay. And misses Syrah. Second, sir. Yeah, and it's gonna pull you back. That actually doesn't deal any damage. Intriguing. I should have. So, as you are racing forward and you're about to leap off the ledge, you hear, you're like, fuck! And then you feel one kind of wrapping around your shoulder, and it like wrenches your arm back before it's going to drag you back towards it. One of those ropers yet again, its big like toothy gross maw kind of opening up, and it looks like it is intent on sweeping your tiny little body into its mouth and then crushing you.
Syrah's turn to save you.
Well, yeah, so we're going to pick up on Clay's turn. You are restrained and have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Yes.
I don't know what to tell
You can attempt to break 3, but you have disadvantage. And I think if you're
The answer is Moonbeam.
Well, the answer is definitely going to be a spell, because I can still cast a spell. So, we're not going to bother. Instead, okay, I'm going to have to bother with an attack. Alright, you said disadvantage?
Yes. Okay. Is it the tendril or the creature?
For now, it's tendril. Not gonna worry about the whole. 19 to hit.
Miss.
Got high AC.
The tendril?
Yep. Okay, homebrew. This is D&D, baby.
Yeah. God damn. Okay. That's the Starry Bolt. I guess I'll do a Frostbite against it. Con save of 16 for the tendril.
I guess we would just use the
Take that high AC.
con save of the individual. So what was it?
Con of 16.
Fails.
Take 7 cold damage and have disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
All right.
I don't know if that
I'll work that in. Okay, so 7 damage.
7 cold.
Okay, let me double check. Yep, all right. So as you were lurched back, it is a frost bite. Are you biting it, or is this a touch spell?
It's ranged, so what I do is I create frost. So I would hold up my hand against it and just freeze like the void.
So as the wrapped around your shoulder, you reach back and you grab it and you start burning it with icy damage across your shoulder. You can feel it kind of like the cold coming through your armor as you were attempting to freeze the tendril out of its place that's still clenched around you. So we're going to drop to Syrah, who is going to turn and try to return the favor. Going to race up and strike at the tendril.
Swear to God, if she gets in that one.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's totally cool. All right. So as you are like currently staring at your shoulder with your hand around it, you hear her, "Move your hand!" And she draws her great axe out, and instead of striking your shoulder with the blade, she kind of like turns it to the flat and strikes the area of like coal that you would just create on your shoulder. And as the giant paddle of metal clashes with your shoulder, you see the icicle damage that you would cause, like fracturing the tendril enough for you to and kind of rip yourself out of its grasp. Before she's like, "Come on, Carrot Beard."
Top Carrot Beard, the dynamic duo.
And then she would still have 15 movement, so
But they make a carrot patch.
yeah, she would dippity dap.
Have a beard.
So it is. Yeah. Okay. So it's Decker's turn now.
All right. Does this thing just stop now, waiting to?
It's not its turn. It's still running, like in thematic. Like it is the next turn that comes. It's gonna dash as far as it can.
Who's after me?
Valorant, then the Shadow.
Aurora will swoop in and attempt to give the help action to Valorant,
Mhm.
and then come back out. And I am going to I'm gonna run past it. And then attack. Yes. All right. 19 plus a bunch, so that hits.
Yep.
And all right. So it's going to be 5 points of thunder damage. And then I will re-roll this 2. And it rolls a 2 again. This is freaking fantastic. That's awesome. What a great feat. That is wonderful.
It's almost as cool as Lucky.
Oh,
I know, right?
all right. So let's see. So that's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, plus 9, 20. Wait, yeah. 24 plus 5 thunder. So 24 magical piercing plus 5 thunder.
Yeah, it was always
And then I'm going to
Do you have another character? Question.
come forward this way. This is the direction it's running, right?
Yes.
As far as I can tell, it's the only direction it can go.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to step off to the side, and then I'm going to brace. I'm going to roll a superiority die and brace.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll that son of a bitch. All right.
Give me a perception check, bro.
Boy.
Tiny thing.
Advantage or no?
Regular.
Tiny thing.
18 plus 6, 24.
So even with all the commotion going on, as you strike and kind of glide more south, as you're still keeping most of your attention on the Shadow Terror, you do a quick glance to your east because you hear the sound of something large falling over and crashing over to your east.
There?
Yeah, in that direction. But Valorant?
All right. I feel as though I am identifying a pattern here. I'm gonna move right up to the pool of blood, and what do I see?
The Shadow Terror?
Right next to you.
Anything else?
Full of blood?
The 3 dwarves in it. That's it.
Yes.
Stepping on.
There's not like a roper hanging from the ceiling by its feet, or
No.
okay.
No, they only attack the short ones.
Those things.
They hate gingers.
So my first attack against
The advantage.
has advantage.
Eat it, dog. You got it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's 12 plus 8,
Oh yeah.
20.
Hit?
Yeah.
Yep.
8 fire and 13 regular. I think it might be more than 20 hit, but
Doesn't matter. It hits. Oh yeah.
19 doesn't hit.
I was a surprise. Okay.
and what? So the its response to this hit is the same as before. It
I
doesn't like it, but it's not like
I will be more candid because of how many attacks you have landed. It seems that physical attacks, your regular weapons, even magical or magical. I guess all you have magic weapons at this point. Do not seem to land, but any sort of radiant, thunder, fire, like elemental damage does seem to affect it.
all right. I've already taken the attack action, so the second attack is only a 11.
That's a miss.
So that's it. That's all.
All right.
Turn.
Yes, it is. Are you attack of opportunity there, sir?
Yeah. That is a 17
It's
for 8 regular and 10 fire.
and then Decker, it is going to move by you.
Well, as it moves, let's get 4 double 2s there. So that's the booming blade procs.
Yep.
And then we do it all over again because
I will save you some time. Just roll me the booming blade damage.
so it's going to be booming blade of 2.
Well, you had to roll a hit.
Oh, you know I'm going to hit.
I have to start rolling physical dice for the online games.
Double 2s, I miss.
Feels pretty good.
So miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Decker, you're the only one to witness this currently. As it races by you, again, this thing is looking ragged. When I say ragged, it is like just trying its best to get as far away as possible. It plus my voice at that one. Oh wow. As it races to the east, from your position, you can see stone-cut dwarven architecture to your east. And as it reaches here, it looks like it collides with an invisible wall and just flattens across the wall and then it's so thin and frail that it just disappears.
And I'm going to have Aurora attempt to chase through the wall.
So, okay.
Can she make it through there?
Yes, but this is going to activate a whole lot of shit. So Shadow, Thor, your turn,
Yes.
and then it's going to be Clay.
Am I just? I guess I'll just move down because I don't know where this could win.
So Clay, are you jumping off the cliff?
Well, that depends, because if that thing's gonna attack me as I,
It would have an attack of opportunity, yes.
and if it drags me back,
You won't.
not gonna jump.
What's your 19?
Yeah.
It misses.
So, does any?
Yeah, I'm trying to get through the initiative roll.
Okay.
So are you running off the cliff?
Your player character jump.
Okay, cool. So, Decker, I'll try and explain this, and also I have to do a quick thing.
Aurora flies into the barrier.
That's what I said. Are you ready?
You can see that, right? Yep, alrighty.
Oh boy.
So,
He's fine.
okay. Thor. Okay. Everyone move down here that wants to move down here. If that's the point.
Should I move?
Everybody get in here.
Spaces?
Are we out of combat?
Yes.
All right.
Because I have more movement.
We are out of combat.
All right. Remind me, guys, as we're about to initiate combat, to bless you.
Okay, so as everyone glances down the hallway, all of you kind of get oh shit, because as you stare down this long corridor, you see bits of earth flame illuminating. You are staring down dwarven architecture, and where you see that little bit of light cast to the southeast, right there is a room there with an open door that you were just able to see into, and Decker, you would very quickly realize that is where you had heard the noise. But as you glance eastward, you see 2 large tables set into a large room, and 5 drow, which none of you have interacted with, I imagine, ever, which are these dark-skinned, slender, elven creatures that all seem rather occupied with the contents on the table. They're shifting through notes, they're kind of handing things off to each other, they're reading through things. They don't seem to notice the interaction or the Shadow Terror disappearing into the wall as you all are kind of like Scooby-Doo frozen staring down this hallway. But yeah, so we're out of combat, so you guys could act however you want to act.
Hear Thor kind of stopping me like,
Oh my dog, oh my dog.
With your spotlight of a shield, you had to.
I know.
You standing there, Thor?
I guess if I saw there were people, I'd like whip it around, but I don't know how well that works.
The entire thing glows.
Yeah.
It's not just the front.
I mean, we're here now.
Give me a dex save.
Plus 5.
I have a question for you,
Fact, I can see.
because he has a lot of daylight bursting forth, and they are underdark.
Oh yeah,
Am I
they're gonna
kidding
be
me with
definitely. They should very well be. Different.
Yeah, but I think we are debating currently if they see the light or not.
Well,
Not
no,
what.
if they are negatively affected.
Drow
by
are
light.
certainly negatively affected by daylight.
Are you
An asshole.
Advantage?
What did you roll?
Might be a 2.
Oh fuck.
So
It's a
it
dex save.
might add up to a 9.
So, Valor and Decker and Clay, as you're staring down this hallway, a moment. Okay. Valor, since you were stood more towards the front, and you are staring at these drow who have not noticed you yet, you hear, oh dog, and then Thor steps up behind you, and this brilliant beam of light shoots down the hallway, and you see the 2 drow on the eastern table go, and look up, and then they're just like, and they look away. You can very clearly tell that they have no idea what they just saw. They just saw this intense beam of light, but they have noticed the light.
Don't feel bad. They would have seen the torch, like the firelight.
Yeah, you guys have so much glowing shit right now.
I'm glowing. You're glowing.
We're
You're
all-
glowing. You're acting. You're glowing. Yeah, we're all.
We've got light coming out of every.
So, quick, what is everybody doing as you are spotted?
I am going to stride into the room.
Yeah.
And say, "Stand fast, trespassers."
Add a 5 to whatever he's gonna make you roll.
Okay.
I
Trespass onto my land.
What the fuck is with
They
that?
live there.
Maybe.
They don't live in Cord Tube's Heel, motherfucker.
This isn't going to see this. Is right up
This is we're like 20 feet away from the front door of Cord Tube's Heel.
This is their whole thing. Like you
Stand fast. I love you. It's a little funny. It's a little funny.
it's pretty funny.
Because you're walking into somewhere you've never seen.
It's like
and
you
you're
walk
"Get
into
out
somebody's
of my
house
life."
and it's like you're
Get off of my lawn.
2 or 3 times he said it's dwarven architecture. Are these assholes dwarves? No, they ain't.
Oh, Val isn't a dwarf either.
We got more dwarves in our party than they have in theirs, so they can suck my glowing dick.
daylight.
Valorant, where do
All
you
this out.
where do you move to, sir?
No, it's saying.
I don't know if it can actually. YouTube might flag that.
No, we're good with Dick.
Are
No,
we?
we're not.
Are we? Are we?
Where are you moving to, Valor?
Hey.
Shit. Fucking.
After that
I want-
shopkeeper, I think you.
Did that show up? Yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, put you there.
No harm in being nice to somebody.
Hey,
Huh?
hey, move back.
That is what you see as you are storming by the door.
Okay.
There's a quick like, oh, there's an open door there.
Fuck this guy.
And as you, I'm assuming, peer into that room,
Sure.
you would see a Durgar, and he, like, again, gray-skinned dwarf, rather stout and intimidating. All of his armor and weapons are kind of set to the side, and he has 2 armfuls of like sacks with golden coins kind of slipping out, just
Fucking loot.
and it stares up at you. It's like,
And he also has flame on his stuff.
Blowtorch wave.
and fast, trust me.
I don't know what the fuck is so funny. That is. Are they not trespassing? If he's not, if this is where he lives, then he doesn't need to carry the gold out under his fucking arms, does he?
He's moving. Okay. I think this calls for a start of combat.
Yeah.
So let's roll initiative.
We need to re-roll.
Yeah, we're gonna reroll.
Oh,
Stand fast. Fast.
what is this?
I don't know.
What is it?
7.
Wow.
I can't roll above a 10.
Change dice, man. It's
Get
time to
those
change
in dice
dice.
jail and get yourself.
Jesus Christ.
18.
Okay, 18.
7.
Hey, you want to hold this for real quick? So it's Decker, 18. Who's next? 13? Who's James?
13 is me.
And then Seth.
7, 8.
I'm sorry.
Oh, so
is
it's
that
Thor,
not
then
the
Clay.
same-
It's Thor and Clay. Thor, then Clay. 8-7.
It's the same initiative, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I had an 18 before.
But he still went.
Oh, you mean the order is the same?
Yeah.
It should be Decker.
Decker, Valorant.
Okay, Durgar.
Clay.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor son of a bitch.
Just my number's lower now. That's all that really matters.
The Drow. Hey, there we go.
Ugh.
Oh no, that means you're gonna eviscerate the shit out of this guy before he even gets to do anything.
All right. So. Wow, a lot just that want to roll for Sierra. One moment.
Love that.
Okay, wow. Wait, what was your roll, Decker? 17?
18.
18.
Be gone, trespassers.
I mean, to be fair, they're drow. We don't have to be nice to them.
Bro!
Listen, they probably don't even speak common.
They have families. All right.
Not soon.
Valorant, as you go storming in, I'm gonna rule that you did not get the surprise because of Thor. Yeah, they are in sunlight though. I'll keep that in mind. Daniel, be on me about like they're in sunlight because I'm gonna forget.
Okay. All right, now this is where I'm gonna rain on the parade. The name of the spell is Daylight, but it.
Well, you don't have the pocket sun.
Wait, hold on. What does the spell daylight say?
Just so
Don't-
that
don't-
it casts bright light.
Oh.
What?
Believe me, this comes up all the fucking time
Oh,
because people
well-
throw daylight at vampires and then they're like, "Why didn't that work?"
That's fine. We're fine. Everything's cool.
Okay, but if we knew that, then we would have taken the pocket some, but we would have.
We would if
Yeah.
we had known that,
somebody behind.
and
The
we,
shadow was confused.
Well, I'm saying, but the shadow can be weak to bright ass light. But
Yeah,
the drow-
Okay, so this is not sunlight.
so
Yeah.
So don't be on me about that. All right.
Okay, and we're gonna put on our thinking caps. Had we known this, there's no way we would have chased after it without our pocket sun. We would have cast daylight on the dwarves, told them good luck or keep up, either way.
All right, here to make everything work because this was my blunder. I should have been more clear. We are gonna rule that it is sunlight for this session and this session only. Magical, whimsical bullshit. We'll figure it out later.
One song and one song only.
Okay.
I'm
So-
only
Yep, I got you.
sticking to that
Yep.
because that really did affect our
So, Daniel.
decision making. Yeah.
Keep on me about that.
Okay.
All right, so Valorant, as you are storming forth and you see these 5 drow, it's kind of like it's clear they do not understand you. There is no like recognition between what you said. They just like this guy is storming down here. It's gonna be their turn to start the round.
Wow, they rolled above an 18.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
They're still in sunlight.
Valorant, you are going to see. They're all going to start basically shouting. One of them is going to immediately dart away off to the south. Okay, and it's going to get to there. Okay,
Longer.
thank you, Dan. And then
I'll stay on you.
give 1 moment.
Gonna find.
Are they all just gonna? Yeah.
They
Okay.
already caused problems for Big Medulla.
So this one is he still on the screen? Yeah, he's going to take cover behind this stone boulder.
Can't see.
These two are going to take cover behind the table, and this one's going to take cover behind that end table.
Those shits have little hand crossbows, typically.
Oh, but okay, actually no, that's
But
I definitely wouldn't know.
okay. So 2 of them are rolling straight, and 2 of them are rolling with disadvantage. All right, and yeah, you're gonna get shot at 4 times.
Hey, you know.
Oh wait, okay, so I'm gonna rule the north and south are not in sunlight. The 2 on the east are, so they already have disadvantage. Yeah. What was your AC, sir?
18.
That is a miss. That is a hit. That is a miss. That is a hit. That's going to be.
Remember, whatever you roll next, you're gonna have a plus
Plus
5
5.
to it.
One of the reasons the light distinction matters is because there is a spell that specifies that it is sunlight,
Gotcha.
but it's an 8th level spell.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there was no like we didn't initiate this.
Huh?
Like this encounter.
Well, I mean,
mean
depends
the
on how you
combat?
want to define initiate.
Yeah, technically they shot first.
After,
Although Valorant said they were trespassing, but they didn't understand them, so
So
it's not.
maybe.
You're going to take 8 points of
Did I
damage.
have cast left before this all started?
Odds or evens?
Odds.
Definitely did. He was gonna do that.
No. Give me a con save.
Okay.
Twice.
Right?
One's a 20 and the other's a 23.
Okay. Ignore me then. Alrighty.
I'll get back to them.
So you take 8 damage, did I say that?
Yes.
Okay. You get hit by 2 crossbow bolts as you are strutting down the hallway, and the Durgar's like, and then the other 2 go skittering past you down the hallway, and then we're going to go to Decker.
All right. So, flying in front of me. We're running. And
There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
she's been.
oh, you're there?
Oh no, are you getting lost behind him?
No.
Okay.
Um,
1 moment.
and I will step in here.
Okay.
Aurora will give the help action to Valoran. And then I will attack.
Doing the help action to you?
I don't need it.
Okay. Well, I don't think you can. If you use the help action on something, can you specify who it's for? Okay, yep.
Rolling with advantage. What the hell?
And one of my things down. So 12
This whole
plus.
dance.
Not even worth it.
Ah, you got rid of the 2.
Right. So does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
You just-
No, it did not.
Damn it! This thing is made of metal.
All right. So booming blade 8, and then D8 7 sneak attack 5 4, and I'm gonna re-roll this one. You gotta be.
Man, somebody had like a lucky feat. Oh, that doesn't fucking matter.
All right.
What's total?
So total is 14, 15, 24, 25, 30, 34 damage, 8 of which is booming blade.
Okay.
And then you know, hey, like as I hit the last time, I'll just spit at him when tell him he's proper fucked, and then I'm gonna step back.
Well, you're gonna be telling a dead body, so.
Oh, then
You would be right.
As he's like still holding the bags of coins, still staring at Valor, and you come like sweeping past Valor on like a shadow yourself, and he's just like, and then you see the coins start spilling out onto the floor as he drops the bags, and you like reach for his shield, and then you just, and he just drops like a sack.
Later.
Trespasser!
they're not as powerful as I thought they were.
Oh no.
I'll look back at Miller. You're safe now.
Thanks.
All right, we then have Syrah, who is gonna race up beside Valor, and you hear just like again the clattering of her metal. It's like the creatures of Mingrom. He like reaches for her great axe, kind of reaffirming. And she looks over at you. He's like, "You all right?" I know you don't even.
There
Fuck you.
already has been blood.
And then she's gonna just kind of like charge even further using her dash action and get into the room.
Hey, she made it.
James Mallard. I wrote you down as James in the initiative.
James
What's wrong with me?
At some point, the line
all right. So as though I didn't get hit by any crossbow bolts, I just
You're like Darth Vader walking down the hallway.
I just Darth Vader
yeah.
walk down the hall.
Pew, pew.
I'm just holding my glaive straight up in the air. I'm gonna take the dodge action for my action this turn, but just holding the glaive like straight up and down, and just sort of look around the room, like, and I say in Dwarven, does anyone understand Dwarven? Spricken Sie Dwarven. Hold out the other hand, like palm up, like, hey.
Okay, and that's your turn with dodge? Okay.
Yeah.
Thor.
Oops. 15,
Give me a quick perception check, James.
5, 30,
7.
5.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll dash. 0, 50, 55. And I'll just like hold here so I don't get just randomly stabbed by the thing.
Mhm.
And I'll I assume my raid would supposed to be up, but
Yeah, close.
and I'll just use my bonus action to re-rage.
Oh, I mean, if you attack, doesn't it refresh?
Well, no, but like the rage lasting.
Oh, and then it ends no matter what?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it continued as long as you were fighting.
I mean, technically speaking, it attack or take damage.
Yeah, I thought that was the only limit. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
No, so it
Yep,
lasts a
yep.
minute.
I got you.
After a minute, primal rage is kind of
You're like, ah!
yeah. I guess that's basically the only thing I'll kind of just wait. See what we're doing here.
You're not gonna attack, or did you?
I can't.
Okay.
I used my action. To
Got you.
yeah.
All right. Give me a perception check, Thor. Play.
Yield.
Holy crap, man. I told you switch dice.
I did.
Are you serious?
I rolled a 1.
Yes, Clay.
I really don't want to go in there. Yelling out in Celestial, just in case. I don't know.
I had a year abroad.
Just in case. Yelling out in Celestial. Light of the surface shall penetrate even the deepest of depths. And dropping the concentration on Thor's protection of good and evil.
Is that from Wiggles' book?
What?
That.
The Wiggles? No.
Is that from Wiggles' book?
Giggles?
Oh yeah, Giggles. Wiggles.
Even the okay, I got it.
You will be penetrated many times.
By the longest shaft of light.
He'll throw out 2 of the crystalline discs, flip up above the drow and down a moonbeam.
The two behind the table.
The only 2 I can see.
Yep. Okay.
Ignore that damage.
What happened to the map?
That's a DC 16 for both of them.
Yes, Constitution.
Okay.
If there's changes, they gotta change back.
That is a failure and a failure. Both fail.
They're also in the light.
Yep.
Actually, everybody's in
Can
the light
Can I borrow your
Yeah.
D10?
now. The map.
Oh, I don't have it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, what?
3D10.
Oh. Oh no.
You're fine. You're fine. Everything's fine.
20 radiant damage.
To each. Okay.
Keep them. I don't use them.
Double misery.
And I'm not re-rolling that damage.
No. And that was
So,
on them and to the right, I'm assuming.
so it's a
Big circle.
right. So essentially,
Yep, I got you. Okay.
that square.
So as you call down this moonbeam and your companions are charging into the room, as your crystalline energy goes shooting through them down the hallway, little streaks of light, the drow that were behind the tables, as you blast them into oblivion, you see the papers that were covering the surface go and just start flinging all over the room, sending them down, sending them across the floor, under tiles, as they are just and then turn to dust.
Some of his raid papers.
Yeah, well, I was gonna try and be subtle about this, I guess, but
Just
fuck
cast
that.
necrotic damage on him.
Subtle moonbeam is not.
Now technically I can see this guy on the map, but I don't think I have an actual sight on him.
Oh, which one? No. He also has cover from you.
And that will be it for Clay.
Okay. Thor, Valorant, give me perception real quick.
I feel like this is
Did I need
important.
to do that?
Right?
Okay.
I got a 9. I'm busy, okay?
16 plus
Okay. Thor, do you see on the map the
3.
Duragar down to the south?
I do.
Okay, so as you're staring through the window at the drow to your south, you guys see past him, there's all these various, like, windows and walls and boulders and columns in your way. But as you are seeing that Duragar from your line of sight and you're listening out, you hear a bunch of shouting down from the south, and then you hear...
They have a train.
They're more organized than we fucking
They're
thought.
beatboxing.
You hear the sound of, like, a metal ratchet.
Okay.
Oh.
I doubt on that.
No, this is not your turn. This is just what you perceive. Alright, so now it's Duragar's turn, which is when you hear the... Choo-choo. Okay. They're going to... Let's see. You're going to see the one that you're looking at, Thor, is going to disappear out of sight.
One. That's part of your.
What'd you say?
The one that you were looking at disappears out of sight.
Okay. Do I still get to attack?
It's still their turn. I'm just double checking something real quick. Okay. Okay, Drow's turn. What are you gonna do, big boy? Probably that? No, we'll do that. Okay.
Who's he calling big boy?
So the one north is gonna attack Kira.
Okay.
The one south, seeing that this is not going well, is gonna go walang wabang. I'm assuming Valorant, you are going to opportunity attack that.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm also gonna.
I just
sen-
feel-
I feel bad about it, but-
Smite these trespassers.
I'm gonna sentinel attack the attack Sierra.
Okay. Does that happen before or after their attack?
I think it happened.
After, because it's a reaction.
Yeah, it's the action.
Alright, it's a 21,
Hits.
non-lethal.
Okay.
And it is 12 fire damage and 10
Yeah.
regular damage.
Non-lethal fire.
For future reference, because you deal fire damage, there's no way I'm letting fire damage be non-lethal. If that was enough to kill him, you would have killed him.
What if we count that first?
Yes, that's what I'm ruling, basically. You did not do enough damage to kill him, but you almost did.
It's a 29 to hit.
So he's like, ah, ah, and then you just bonk, and he falls over as he's still dealing with the fire damage, but he is knocked unconscious. And then you were attacking Thor.
29 to hit.
That hits.
with 11 damage.
I mean, it could have cauterized
11 damage to him.
that it just
Yes.
made.
Okay.
People have their face, it won't necessarily kill
One
them.
moment.
They're
And
gonna
I guess
pass out from
if that's
shock.
gonna be enough to kill him, I would do it. But I imagine it's not.
And it's gonna miss Sierra. So what was the damage? Sorry.
11.
11. Okay. So it strikes out at Sierra. She just like swings her great axe to the side to deflect the blow, and you reach out and attack it. You land a very decisive blow. You can see it's like, and it's like clearly very distraught at the damage it has just received. Decker.
I had Aurora already moved out here just so I could look at.
Okay. So I'm gonna give this guy the little sleepy icon because he is knocked
That's
unconscious.
the one? Okay.
Yep.
The one that's up. That one plus the one raising the gate. This one.
And I will point out there's a door right here that isn't super obvious. It's a stone door built into the wall.
5, 10.
Perception.
Has
Oh,
anybody
wait.
attacked the one to the north yet?
Thor just attacked him. He's bladed.
Yeah, he's.
So 17.
Hits.
Right.
Are you gonna deal more than 1 damage?
Damn it!
More than likely.
Okay.
Are you knocking out or killing him?
Thematically, I'm gonna still roll it all anyway.
Okay.
Okay, back.
8 and a 3,
Sucker punch.
2 and a 1, and I'm gonna re-roll this one.
You know.
He rolls a 1.
And it bumped up to a 2. So
Okay.
all right.
Yo, double the damage.
I did. Statistically, that's awesome.
Are you trying to attempt non-lethal?
No.
Okay, he's dead. So as you are kind of stood behind Syrah, able to attack over her, as she is like finishing the turn from deflecting the blow, and Thor has his oh, you're using the hammer, not the pickaxe anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. So as you struck the drow across the chest, and he's like, dagger just comes up and jabs him through the brain, just like one temple out the other, just lights out, drops on the ground. Anything else, sir?
That's 2, Thor.
Sierra's gonna like and turn and see the one sleeping, and look at Valor and be like, "Mine," and then start racing off into the courtyard area and get to there. As she barrels through the door, she's able to see a lot more of what you can't see. Actually, whoop. Oh, she's gonna get shot.
Oh god.
It was nice knowing her. She seemed really cool.
No. Con save. Okay, she succeeds. So as she goes through the door, you hear they're opening up, and you hear like a clattering cross. You like see the crossbow bolt fly through the doorway. She just ran out and kind of skitter across the floor. You hear they're opening the gate, and then her metal armor tromping further.
It's fun because the light actually glares right where everything's happening, but I still can't see it.
You should have an owl, because it's pretty cool. I can just move him into the room with you guys and see what you see.
All right, so that was Sierra's turn. Valorn.
All right, so as I'm stepping over this guy's body, I want to reach down with my left hand and just grab the scruff of his outfit and just like a gorilla drag him with one arm while I'm carrying the glaive with the other. And I'm still looking around like, does no one speak Dwarven?
You're like a mad Karen at a Walmart.
Die on this hill.
We can try Draconic.
And so I'm dragging him with me.
As you begin dragging him, you just start like scraping him across the papers that are now all over the floor.
And I think what was it? Maybe 20. All right, would you agree that I'm not grappling since he's unconscious?
Yes, you're fine.
All right, so it's not like half my.
And as long as you don't start slamming his head into the door, he's not going to take damage, so he won't.
Okay.
Yeah. Now he's dead.
Let me measure this out. 20,
You are next, so keep fast.
30.
I'm just gonna run to where she's.
And I'm going to, and I think dragging him is probably my action, wouldn't you say?
And are you attempting anything within reason, except screaming for Dwarven?
So maybe like still at Dwarven, but I will just snarl out. It doesn't have to be this way.
So as you step out, do you see that red token behind the column? The broken column, south of Syrah?
Yes.
That is a drow kind of ducked behind the column with its crossbow bolt he had shot at her when she ran out. To the southwest is where you're hearing that. And as you like call out, you hear float. Wait, actually, one second. No. You hear a language that you do not understand, going back and forth between the drow of the column and that southwestern area, and then you hear, and looking past the column, there are these two large stone doors that seem to basically seal perfectly to the point where they almost get blended into the wall. And as that clicking is continuing, they are slowly opening away from you.
So I don't know. I don't even know to what purpose, but I would like to just call that an intimidation.
All right.
Because I'm just dragging this guy down the hall, yelling things in Dwarven.
Add a 5 to that.
That's going to be a 22.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Is that your turn, sir?
Sorry, 24.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Thor.
5, 10,
Got a 24 on
15,
a 6.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So
I think you missed this description, but that brow behind the column is what shot at Sierra.
got it, Sierra, and then
Yeah,
where's where do we hear the
The
click?
southwest, kind of from here.
Okay. And I once again am gonna take the, I guess the sprint. 45, 55, 60, 70, 25.
How much does that reveal for you? Pretty close. I think the token isn't quite right, but you'd be able to see this. I want to move you just here real quick to reveal some stuff, and I'll move back.
Okay.
Okay. As you are racing down further and further, you see this room has kind of been busted into. The stone door that was there is kind of laying in pieces across the floor. And as you glance in, you see basically what you could identify as some sort of like gate winch assembly for like opening and closing doors, right? And it is seemingly by itself as it is.
But I did see the drow disappear earlier.
That brow is the one northeast of you right now.
Oh, I thought you said one went invisible.
I thought that too.
Oh, the Duragar that you were looking at
Sorry, I don't.
ran out of view. It ran out of view.
Oh, I thought you said it went invisible. So
I mean, it could be invisible.
I get that. Okay. I am going to just I try to intimidate the seemingly invisible,
Give it a shot.
and just kind of just say, I guess in Dwarvish, because that's what Valorant's doing. Just be like, "Stop, or you will be killed." Or I'll just cycle language.
Like see through you.
Yeah.
Give me a roll.
Yeah, you got it.
The 24 is what you had, James?
This is for you.
Do it.
Um,
Nat 20, here it comes.
Intimidation. Yeah, I'll take it.
Close enough, close enough.
Loaded dice, nice. 18 plus 5, so 23.
The 24 and 23?
Yeah.
All right.
God, the Wonder Twins, man. I love it.
Oh. Oh, that's...
Whenever we want.
I just roll a nat 1.
Yeah.
We're the monsters.
We always have.
Yeah. Okay. As you call out Thor and Valor and your voices are echoing in this chamber, it's like... And the drow to your north goes and starts screaming, not looking at you, kind of looking past you. And then the doors that are like perhaps about a foot and a half open, you start hearing, but you don't see anything there.
Does the wind start pitching the other way really fast? Like,
No, you don't quite know what's going on, but the noise has stopped.
Okay.
All right, that was your turn.
Yes. I
Play.
guess my rage would end because I haven't been
Yep.
hit.
Door play.
Oh, wait.
Don't you have feet that fix that?
Not gonna do
Or a class feature?
So I made the sentinel attack against somebody not on my turn.
Ooh. But then you had a whole turn not doing something. I'm gonna rule that it's probably over. It also probably doesn't matter.
No.
That's fine. I can take whatever.
That's something we can figure out later.
Alright.
Play.
I mean, I can bonus action rage.
Okay. Quick question. Can I get some
But I'm-
kind of token to represent me?
Uh,
Whatever it is. Killed somebody on it.
Remind me after this episode, and I will do it. But for now, we'll remember where it is. Actually, here, I'll do one better.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the token is. It could be a second clay token that's just for the
There,
first.
fixed it.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So 5 feet of movement.
You literally already knew this.
That was the right response, though.
Okay.
You already knew this.
I can't. I
thought you
can
were just
literally see nothing.
Are you moving? It's not moving for me on here.
I should be right behind Decker.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Yep.
Oh no, I'm slow.
Yeah, I forgot you were at the end of the hallway.
No.
Come
You know what?
here.
I really don't have a choice. I need to get
Yelling.
closer. I'll do a dash action.
Okay.
5. Where's that guy? I have a pretty short on that. No, 6. Is this guy look hostile? Right there?
Yeah.
Looks hostile? Alright, I'll throw out a.
Shot.
You notice the red ring around him, and
You notice the arrow sticking out of.
Well, no. He could be like surrendering because I have a problem recognizing this.
or he's a shopkeeper.
He's
Do
currently
you
yelling.
have magical
at someone.
wares, sir?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and fling out the starry bolt out of one hand.
He is behind cover.
Does that mean I can't?
No, you can. He just has the high AC. Yeah.
Do you have Sacred Flame? Because
I
if you
use
do,
my action to.
because Sacred.
dash.
Oh, okay. Sacred
Yeah.
Flame ignores cover.
17.
That just hits.
Oh, fantastic. Take. Yeah. Burn. It's only radiant damage.
Kill him.
Maybe.
Only maybe.
9 radiant damage.
I think they only have 12 HP, so. You have mortally wounded him.
Okay. So as he's like peeking his eye back over the pillar after yelling off to the southeast, there's just this. You kind of like strike across his forehead. You see this brilliant light, and then this horrible wound after he's left the space. He's kind of like. Anything else, sir?
Yeah, I'll cry out and. No, miss, why not?
Trespassers?
Lay down your arms.
Trespassing.
All right. So Thor and Valoran and Syrah, for what it's worth, you hear that scrambling at that gate, and then you hear it past the gate and then gone, or moving away. And then Thor, give me a perception check.
Alright, James. Testing it out. Never mind. Just the way I
You're
roll.
too angry to pay attention.
Yeah, it's a 6. So.
Okay. The winching has stopped. You don't hear anything.
Did I hear someone run by me? To attack an invisible creature, you just
All right. So the Drow's turn, which gonna look at Thor, look at Syrah, look at Valoran, and run for the partially open gate. We'll do a quick. You poor bastard! I'm so sorry. And he is going to get stuck trying to get through the gate. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the gate from the light.
Whoever gets to it first, you.
So that's the Drow's turn. Decker.
All right. So,
Do we?
I see them all rushing off this way, but I am very
Well, if you're
intrigued by
going
this
to kill
door.
him, there's a way in particular.
Okay.
So I'll open the door.
All right. It is not locked,
What would
and
Leatherface do?
that would be what you would open up to.
There's no other door in there. That's just a room.
This is a door right here.
Jason. Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
I have no.
The screen guy.
Oh my god.
This is a door.
Yeah.
I'll open that.
And I'll go ahead and take that off.
One.
Yep.
I'll do it.
Really? I just popped out in the same room.
Yep.
Hey guys.
Wait, where?
I do too.
And And then I'll have Aurora fly down. Give. Oh, never mind. I won't. Let's see. Is anybody attacking
I'll do it.
this guy down here?
The drow is stuck in the door trying to leave.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll give Thor the help action. And piss off this way.
Don't have handles.
And I'll scream out, "Does anybody understand Draconic?"
You can never yell at us again for not making diplomatic approaches.
Uh,
Tried.
so Decker, that's your turn.
Well, does anybody answer me?
That's our war cry as a group, actually. Why doesn't anyone understand me?
Why don't you speak English?
Would she make it?
No.
Wait a minute. Bonus,
Common, motherfucker!
bonus action
Do you
dash. I need to
speak
get. Do you speak it? And
Okay, so Sierra is gonna race down to here, and she's gonna look over to you, Thor, and go, "They speak undercommon." And then she turns to the drow stuck in the door, speaking a very similar language to what you had heard them all speaking, and she speaks directly to it, not understanding the terms that she used. And you see the drow that has like his head through the door, his hips are kind of stuck. You see like his eye peek back through, and he starts speaking back, and she just looks back at you, Thor, goes, "You may kill him."
you have advantage.
But look back at you like Valor and make sure you still have the one that you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still holding his scruff of his neck.
Alright.
But it's Valor's turn.
Okay.
Followed by Thor.
I don't know that he can make it.
I'm not even really trying to. Let me just count this out. So again, still just dragging this guy. 10, 20, 30. Yeah, I've got enough movement. I've kind of dragged him over that. Just get up next to Sierra. And say, did he tell you that?
No, he's just useless.
Ooh, do I believe her?
Did I check?
Well, I don't know. I can't just assume these things. It's fine.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, as much as you believe anybody.
Sweet. I mean, I trust her more than. Oh, that's probably not good to say. Never mind. She'll turn on us.
So that's your turn. That's your turn, James.
yeah, that's it.
All right, Thor.
All right.
Wait, I'm gonna amend her turn real quick. Cause are you gonna like go to move towards the drow?
No.
No. Okay.
Unless you want.
No. Do what you're gonna do then.
I'm gonna go over. Oh, I should not move the thing. Hold on. So 5, 10,
All right.
15. I'm not sure where the wench is, but I'm.
Yeah, it's on that.
Yeah. So whichever way it was turning, I'm just gonna reverse that turn.
Do a quick intelligence check for me.
Come on, dude.
You wanna?
Is there a
No.
Big brain means big dice.
I'm just gonna use all 20 of these to natural.
Can you use anything on that?
Oh no, that's a
Give me this.
4.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't use anything on it.
I don't want to use any of your coins or
I
anything.
don't
Well,
have proficiency on it, and
what-
it's not like it would help if I have 4 fucking coins to make it a 9.
wait?
Actually, no, it'd be a 3. It's 3, so then it'd be 7.
So wait, you have what?
I rolled a 6 minus 2, which is 4.
Yeah, it's probably lost cause.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so yeah, as you grab the lever and start reversing the direction it was going, it's the click, 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 click. That's what you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So, not all the way, but slowly you start seeing the doors, Valor, and you would be prime witnesses. Sierra's kind of like rested the bottom of her battle axe on the ground with the blades kind of up, and she's just kind of like casually watching this happen as the doors start. And the drow starts screaming louder and louder, and again, a tongue that you do not understand as it keeps wailing and wailing, and then Valor and you would start hearing.
The guy that I've got, can I like stand him up and like?
Oh my.
I mean, you could heal him to bring him back.
I'll give him 1 point, sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll bonus action healing
Yeah.
light just to bring him back for this moment.
So as the doors begin to close and you depart some healing light to bring this one back, it's like,
Healed him to have a friend die.
Yeah.
Then we won't kill him.
Friend is a strong
and then
word.
he kind of focuses in, and you see him go like, and it goes until the entire body and the screaming stops, and the drow in your grasp just and tries to like do a jolt. I'm assuming you're holding him, so and he's fine. I'm not gonna even have him roll. Yeah, and he is disposed of. Now I'm gonna say this is probably at the end of combat. Sierra is going to look at you and you. Well, that was not all of them. This road leads to Corntomb's Heel. But then
That's passive.
she turns around to the one that you are holding,
Hey, Taz.
and she looks at you, Valor, and she's like, hold him still for me.
Right. Or get the other side.
Yeah, I'll assist.
She kind of takes a step back, picks up her great axe, and the drow is like trying to do whatever it can to escape.
Do I see that she's about to attack him?
Yes.
Can I, before, since it's instantaneous, before she attacks him, can I toll the dead him?
Gonna kill him?
Is she about to swing?
Potentially.
Like, I mean, I would.
Give me an insight check.
That for something else.
I think we're just looking at each other, like hanging onto his arms.
15.
Like, I wonder what she's gonna ask him.
From the look that you can see in her eye, she is not striking to kill.
I hold my action.
So as she stands back and takes her great axe back, she looks at both of you. She's like, I need at least one. And then just claps him across the face with her battle axe, sending him back to unconsciousness as his head goes, and then he falls back asleep.
I need at least one.
Asleep?
He's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Oh, got it.
What's up at the right tunnel?
Ah, okay. Are you decasting your moonbeam?
No, I'm
Oh.
not.
Okay,
I am
so it's still there.
Checking first.
All right. How much can you see?
I can do 60
Okay.
feet of dark
Yeah.
vision.
So, okay, let me do a lot of describing here for a moment because we went through a lot of shit real quick.
The night
Oh.
hero. Druid?
You are in a large kind of like maybe entrance room. It's clearly like decorated to have some sort of like showcase, almost like a great hall, like a Castle or a Lord's building that you would have come into. And there, off to the north, right here between these two statues, is this strange black and white, almost kind of granity looking stone. And if you would glance down towards the gate, it's that same kind of design where it is clearly two very smooth rectangular pieces that fit together almost seamlessly. And it, just using the context clues of the room, appears to be a door. As you glance off to the east, where it looks like this was just originally a short hallway, that kind of stone dwarven architecture extending for that like 25, 30 feet, it eventually turns into a nearly perfect cylindrical tunnel that is about 25 feet by 25 feet, and it goes until you cannot see.
Okay, so this was a door.
Yes. And there's also an opening right here that's kind of hard to see. But also, this room that you are now standing in is scattered with various people.
Oh.
And we're outside of combat, so if people want to start wiggling and shifting.
I'd like to check the door.
Okay.
You pause for just. Her door shirts in.
You can't see James.
is in.
He's not important. He's a trespasser.
I can only hold it out. So... Oh, this is good therapy.
There we go. There you go.
All right.
All right. Or give me a investigation potentially.
Yeah, I'd like to go back.
Yep.
That's a 1, but with a +5, so 6.
You're still a little dazed. The getting grabbed on the shoulder was very, very traumatizing. No, realistically, this is something that you are almost entirely unfamiliar with, not being super used to Dwarven architecture, Dwarven design, and even how just like general Dwarven cultural understandings. So a lot of the things that you would use to figure out what this is, you just don't even know where to begin.
So I don't realize it's.
You know it's a door, but that's about all you can get.
But I can't like open.
Yeah, there's no handles, there's no obvious whatever. Yeah, but Thor, anyone else?
So down this hallway,
Mm-hmm.
if I see or hear any.
Give me perception.
Not pretty
I'm straight through. God, it's a fine, so it's a little.
well.
There's some low, steady noise, but you cannot figure out what it is.
Right. I will push into.
Decker or Valor, do anything?
I'm gonna rifle through this guy's pockets and then re-conscious him.
I'm gonna retrace my steps slowly back through the room I came through,
Mm-hmm.
and then back through here.
Yep.
And, search the body. Come down here. Look at this juicy bag of loot.
Yeah, search the room, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, give me an investigation check.
Also, can I search whatever this room is?
Yeah, so there's doors in here. I'm going to go ahead and open them up for you because I'm assuming you're just going to open them.
19.
There you go. Okay, we'll get back to you. And then Valoran.
Yeah, I'm going through this guy's pockets and then waking him back up.
Okay, give me one moment.
My mother-in-law just called us little sexy boys.
Nice.
Oh, all right, okay, sure. I'll take it.
So, give me an investigation real quick.
Me?
As you're rifling through his pockets? No.
Oh, 9.
9? Okay.
Plus.
Sierra's gonna have a go at it with you while you're doing it. Nice. So as you were tag teaming this drow, who's still unconscious, I guess at this point, still digging, she pulls this out of his chest pocket, kind of like beneath his little tunic thing,
Awesome.
and she kind of like holds it up, and then
I was gonna hand it to him.
Sierra has it.
Okay, my bad.
I'm a player at this game too, guys. But yeah, she kind of holds it up and gives you a little nod, and then just throws it for now, and then begins helping you search. Besides like his general equipment and then like a little bit of strange food that you were not familiar with, it's something that's probably an Underdark thing or a highway thing. He doesn't have a lot on him.
All right, I wake him up.
Pick him up. Okay. He would start speaking in the tongue that you do not recognize.
All right, I'm gonna lean. Where can I put this? You've already left.
I can come back.
I'm gonna hold out my glaive to Syrah, just for her to hold it up, and then like get over him. All right, and looking at Syrah. All right, how many? Where are they? Who's in charge? What do you know about the shadow thing?
How badly do you want?
So he starts translating, and he like starts looking around, and then kind of like meets Sierra's gaze, and you don't know the words, but he is clearly like being a shit. He's starting to like his face is scrunching up. It's anger and aggression when he's like speaking, and spit flinging from his mouth, and she just across his face with a gauntlet, and there's like a big, large crack. One side from a great axe, one side from her gauntlet, a bit of like blood trickling down from the side of his face. And she starts speaking at him again. He kind of like does a whole little smarmy thing yet again, and she would look at you.
Grab his chin, and go, and turn his head to the door where his guy got made into jelly. and then turn his face back toward me.
Give me intimidation real quick.
That's going to be a 23.
Yeah.
He looks at his brethren, takes a moment, some of the like fight leaving his gaze. He turns to Syrah, and there's kind of like this string of an answer, and you can almost kind of read what he's saying through Syrah's expression. First, she's like, "They have taken Corm too. There are a lot of them. And there is some deal between him and the Chateau, or them and the Chateau." And that's where we're going to end this session.